One is starting for this 2024 J Cup Finals.
Now we're starting off here from the north side of Imperium towards the Black Tortoise Gate. Mike going to be going ahead and picking up a staff up towards the Imperial camp. We're going to see some fights happening to the below side. T25 taking a full horizontal blue focus. Wufang gets the elimination and has blue armor already, picking up a pair of blue dual halberds. Has money to be earned from that elimination. The Mortal Warrior going to be able to get those little bit of Dark Tide coins for each kill, but more so just seeing how Wufang is able to loot up quickly as possible while the opponents are just on the outskirts waiting to walk into the reins.
Oh, and Wufang starting off where he left off with the first flood of 2024 J Cup. Gonna be fighting pace with the jumping LMBs, trying to lock up Wufang, but Wufang's gonna back up. Multiple players coming in, first from the flank. Wufang will not fall so easily. He does have ultimate, but fading away, resetting, and Burst now flying in. Pace is gonna get put in the blender and taken down by TWS Polaris.
Now Verse has himself no F, no ultimate. This means it's going to be a chance of holding the blue focus. There it goes. He's going to catch the F1 coming out from Polaris, but this is going to be a dangerous position right now because Polaris, he's looking to try to hold the blue focus. He gets caught into the release. That's a parry, and Verse looks for the scale rush. Got to go for the uppercut. Going for the jump horizontal, hoping to see it. There it is. That's going to be elimination one for Verse, and Polaris goes down for his first life.
Clean play coming out from Verse with a jump lead covered out, but Spider is going to take down his rival, Mike, in the center. The Titans have clashed, and Spider has come out on top. Now the challenger, Zelstich, coming from SCA. What can you show us? Nice cross coming out from Florida, weaving from behind, dropping his combo break, trying to get the flank up. Zelstich going for a ride. Now coming back, showing a parry. Spider holding his moment, looking for the arm, finds it. Combo breaks him and coming out, and Zelstich looks for the reset.
Now Zelstich is going to be trying to look for a heal here. Spider magnetizes towards it with the horizontal, but gets caught by the toothpick. Might be coming through with a carousel. There it goes. Zelstich is notable for this. The F2's invested. He gets caught. The bubble is going to enact for Zelstich to get caught, but Spider takes the initiative. He's backing off. He still has ult. He doesn't have a skill. He takes the time to heal, but Zelstich is hunting for him. He's looking for it. He's going to heal himself. The reset is most impeccable here. T starting the outskirts over towards the Hall of Worship, but as the Imperium Temple gets caught through, the hold checks might come out, and a horizontal release. Zelstich comes out with one elimination against Spider.
And Zelstich is gonna slay Spider with that nice horizontal, calling him out, saying, "You're not parrying this, son." Gets that nice horizontal, now going to the south. Verse, Frostivus, looking for a reset right now. Burst peppering him with those pistol shots from the low ground, though. Frostivus with the blue fist off spawns, but Verse gonna get the nice scale rush, nice little bit of poke damage. Now Frostivus, what can his answer be? Looking for an opener, but Gold F not invested by Frostivus. He's holding on to around. He is going to hit a double charge right now against the ropes right now. Parry's going to be coming out. Frostivus finally going to release, melting down Verse. Catches his retreat. 1, 2, 3, and Verse is forced to ultimate.
Weiss F1 coming out for the ultimate catch, and he throws it onto him, but he's got to back away, though. This is too dangerous. You're going to see a teleport come through here this time from Verse, but he's got to be careful. 1 HP in a dream, 1 hit. That's all we're looking for, and guess who's going to come out here? SYS's Minds looking for the R&B. Pistol shot comes out. 1 heal is what Verse needed to survive, and he's looking for armor spots. He teleports towards Frostivus, who throws it at Minds unbeknownst, and Frostivus gets the elimination. Coming right back, Sin's Minds going to be going ahead for the ultimate as a Syra, but Frostivus has no ult to counteract the offensive pressure being brought out. The laser ring comes out, the stagger comes through, and Frostivus gets caught by the dazzle, and that's going to be 1 hit for Minds, and he's looking for that one last hit coming through. The F1 is out, but Frostivus gets knocked down.
Alliance Frostivus gets on the board, but immediately bedazzled by Minds. That ultimate just so oppressive coming out from Syra. Minds on the board finally, getting to 1.7, looking at the overall spawns. Polaris with 1, Zelstich with 1, Frostivus with 1, Verse with 1, Spider with 1, and Wufang with 1. Now transitioning to this mid game. Remember, there were 3 Syras in the lobby and 2 Baldas. This is going to be a very, very stacked end game. Early tournament games end up going very, very slow. That's why Mike likes to open up with his zipping. What can he show us? Kiting around inside the center of the map.
Yeah, it's going to be a chance of seeing whether or not Star was going to keep up here playing Syra, and having a purple weapon on standby. Romy ain't going to be a very significant poignant spot, if I should say, for Star. But see, looking back into Arano, having Wolfbind's Essence and moving straight to Skygate's Cove, having also a Rupture Gale Orb Jade in his pocket, so in any case, if he finds a cannon later on, he'll utilize it. Over to Heaven's Watch, though, east of Imperium, we're going to see SS1's pace moving over to the side. Polaris actually being onto the spot on that hilltop for them to reach towards Romy Yang. That's going to be that first entry that makes it break a person if they end up into Romy Yang depletion. For Spider, though, he is continuously getting the loot as he did lose his first life. So for with that one elimination that he has right now, being able to kite around here as a Valda, it's going to be a dangerous predicament once that roaming begins and it's someone that's stacked out.
Yeah, looking at the map, TE Star is going to be claiming one side. Glorious and also in the north, Paste, Arano, Mike, all posturing up. Mike likes to play an assassination playstyle, using the center of the map, using all the buildings to look for nice third parties with the zipping. Sometimes he is known for going into the realm of Yang. I believe zipping is an absolute nuisance, an absolute tank. We're going to go to a replay right now of the two goats of Naraka solos. 1-2, and the catch, Spider putting Mike in a blender. A little bit of mess up, not getting 2-on-1, but gets the catch on the wake up. Now Mike looking for an opener, absolutely getting decimated, just non-stop pressure coming out of Spider. Mike cannot breathe. The staggers are coming out, forcing out the V1. Spider, and then around the pillar gets a parry, and that's where we caught up, where we saw Mike get slain by Spider.
We saw the epilogue, and then we got the prologue in the middle of the section. So now it's come down to Spider waiting out the Romy Yang pass. T225 is on standby, purple weapon, purple armor as the Liam. This is dangerous right now. He has a purple spear, more importantly. And then, you know, we've seen the spear extensions that come through this past J Cup and seen how much utilization of the spear after those changes, after the horizontal has been changed for the animation, but also how the spear can operate, especially with those grapple bumps to be extended for just LMB neutrals into RMBs.
Yeah, I think the spear is definitely one of the most underrated weapons. Like you said, sir, they did change the spear's LMB, and the one weakness Spear had before was it didn't have a reliable focus attack. With everyone playing characters with good combo breaks, getting a parry, and being able to charge up that RMB for a ton of damage is huge. Zelsic comes over, and Arano thought he was chill. My man was like, nah, remember, no free Yangs. One does not simply walk into the realm of Yang in 2024 Naraka.
And that's a fact. And now we're going to switch over to seeing explosive armor on Pace, though. Seen into his kit, having only blue weapons, is going to use the pillars to his advantage to try to catch a high ground spot. As you can see, the drop down pistol shot from Arano. Look at the R&B hold check. Darius goes through the release, and Pace trying to tap dodge through, throwing at himself another pair of blue focuses. Now comes down to the beta. Oh, nice tap dodge coming out here. As Arano looks to sky it around, he's going to be going to the sky, looking for the pistol shot. Nice. Goes for one, doesn't get to hit the second, and now the whole blue focus gets released there. There's coming out for Pace for a free slap next to the R&B, burning out the F2. We know there's going to be a grapple bomb into the R&B. Now V1 is still active, but the explosive armor has been proc. This is going to force Arano now to use his ultimate. He's got 18 seconds to throw this out here as the ultimate comes out from Pace on that zipping game.
Both ultimates are out. Pace is letting the blues fly, but Arano is fighting back, threatening the spear. He gets a big parry onto Pace with the follow-up. Now we're going for a ride. Grapple bump into the army. Do we get the follow-up? We do against the wall. 1, 2. Looks for the check chase. The 2 is going to cover it. Pace is going to fall for his first realm of Yang.
Now it's going to switch over Star versus Mines. It's going to be a 1-2. Holding for the blue. Doesn't get the parry. Star's looking for the ultimate cast. It comes out just in time. But Mines still has his Sire ult ready to go for the activity. The Stazzle is confirmed. Mines goes ahead for the tap dodges as Star is trying to anticipate the stamina usage, but now Mines having ultimate ready to go. It's going to be a sustained battle, and Star is going to deactivate here in just a second to try to get the high ground, to try to use that pillar to his advantage, and using it, gets caught by the Dazzle. Enough time has passed. Mines looking to try to go for those last strikes and gets a stagger, but of course, you know that Star has himself in the spot here. The timer is down to 20 seconds. He catches the Dragon Slayer, burning the combo breaker, and the Fist Blade comes out and a slap from Mines.
Wait a second, the slaps are going crazy right now. Star, though, showing the weapon swap, looking for the follow-up, getting the uppercut, and Mines is gonna fall. Star, cool under pressure, turns it around and seals the deal.
Now we're switching over to Imperial Camp. Pace up against Frostivus. Frostivus' ult, his cast is down for 1. He still has 1 more. He confirms that Pace gets caught through, but Pace's whole blue focus, a parry like that confirmed, but Frostivus isn't able to do anything with it. The blades are coughing through for staggers. 1 horizontal to an R&B. Frostivus looks towards and try to disengage and trying to find an armor swap. He's successful for a common one, but then there's a toothpick. There's a setup here. I see a lot of terrain position here that he can take advantage of, but then there's going to be a point in time where he's going to have to disengage completely unless he takes the fight to Pace.
Nice shot from Pace, using his F to deny the stagger right now. Frostivus with the scale was trying to close the distance, but Pace is sustained, zipping, an absolute tank. He's going through Frostivus pressure right now. Frostivus doing his best, but he's going to fall to the focus attack to the back, and Pace is going to be able to cure his Yang depletion.
Now Pace has himself to come through with a purple armor and losing out Romy Yang in a fight. It's going to be a case scenario. T225 though had himself to win the Romy Yang against Frostivus earlier, but it's up to him up against a Sire such as Star, who has also won that run as we witnessed. And for T225 getting caught by the Dazzle, there's a third party waiting this out here. I know for everything, Mines is looking to try to drop down blue. He's looking for the Liam ultimate comes out, the teleport with the V1 variation, doesn't get hit by that flash. You remember what happened with Mike last time, but everything comes down, and there
Oh.
it is! I called it! It's gonna be a terrible position right now, but TT25, he's looking for the R&B. The F1 comes out just in time. We're gonna see another dazzle. This time, Mines takes the full blow and is losing his armor chip by chip damage.
The casted curse is real. Surveyor calling out the sign. Sign falls down, but everyone's gonna be signing around now. Syra with the ult. Mines needs to find this cure for his Yang depletion. 225 doing a good job of kiting right now, just barely getting around the corner. It's not going to get staggered around. Tap dodge, roll, trying to get out of there, bobbing, weaving, but Star is going to be coming up with the flank, and his R&B is going to come through and bonking 225 for the kill.
This is unfortunate for Mines because he was still low and he couldn't pick up that soul. He finds a blue armor. He's got to survive for the next 2.5 minutes right now. Scare rushing, nice. Breaking the ankles. There's the blue focus span coming out. Star was anticipating for a parry. Another parry, another dollar. There's going to be the uppercut, grab a bump into the R&B. Nope, horizontal release. That is Star's third elimination. And if I'm not mistaken, kill leader so far into this game, and we're not even by second round.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, getting an MVP, you're going to get that nice MVP extra prize, that $2,800. And on the Syra, Star is making it count. Whoever is going to have a good Syra game today is going to put themselves in the best position. You need to capitalize when you have the strongest character in the game. Syra sits way above the rest of these characters when it comes to the meta. Now going to replay, we're going to see alliances. Frostivus going to be dropping in versus T225. Gold up's going to be invested. Light attacks coming out from 225. Not to get the stagger. Frostivus using the abilities to gold armor through. Still, tap dodge roll. Keeping up the pressure though. 225 able to cover the folks that gets a big parry. Is going to get the follow-up, putting Frostivus in the butter, in the montage, and taking him down.
Unfortunate circumstances arose from that fight when T25 now on the bounty hunt. He's at one elimination. Gold nunnies haven't been procured from the Romiang, and having to see about like some things that are happening in the vicinity. Now this is also going to come down towards him holding down the Romiang pass, but Pace, he's taking a lot of damage. Seeing how the fan uppercut confirms with two. Oh, nice rollout. He's out of there. Pace is going to be safe using the staff and using that little bit of a raft to go ahead and move on. Zeldinch in the background from Team OWN is just kiting around, taking a look and seeing what's going through, but the heart of Imperium, that's where we're going to see a majority these players just try to get into that Romiang Raven.
And you see, posted up again, Wufang saying, you want to challenge me? And on his Faria pick, one Faria in the lobby, you know that's only one player. Do you want to contest him going into this realm of Yang? Now, Faria, one of the best defensive characters back in the old meta when Zipping and Faria used to duke it out on Holoroth. Now, Wufang sampling from that old school meta. Mike, we're lurking for that opportunity, just letting everyone know if anyone commits to this situation. Now he's ready to dive in there. The Zippings for this first game serve have been absolute menaces. Their sustain early on, their power spark early on has gotten them a lot of points.
Yeah, a lot of points and just keeping themselves sustained out, but more importantly, just trying to catch dodges when they can with their skills or for the ultimate. And now seeing Spider taking aggression from a pistol shot, now it comes down to Arano holding his spot inside of Romiang. Now he's got gold longsword, Volpine's essence. He even has himself Sasab Gekkofoot, so if he wants to hide out, he could, but he's not going to do that. He's got the rupture gill still. He doesn't have a cannon, but he still has a pistol. He still has fist blades on standby with the fan. Wufang his waiting out last second. He himself has a fire arrow, target lock to Jade. He's got himself a rupture gale orb. He also has a soothing boon that he can just slowly creep up and start building, especially coming into the Romiang. Purple armors on both sides. The weapon difference might come out, but one thing Wufang has is just making sure he can commit towards looking for using those dual blades.
Man, new school versus the old school. Wufang, can he find success on Faria versus Vada? We haven't seen this in the realm of Yang right now. Peppering in with the drop down. Nice cross-up light attack. Both of them going to clank though. Orano looking for the scare rush, looking for the safe opener, but nice job by Wufang denying the opener, going to the top, but Orano's not going to be backing up. We're looking for that stagger. Wufang going to set up, threaten the focus attack, but Orano again just daring him to release that blue. We're throwing the lights in, but nice. Gold F, gonna look for the trap, not gonna get it, but he does get the follow-up still, though. The F coming out from Wufang, getting the stagger, and he's forced into his mech.
Now the mech's gonna be active, and it's gonna be Arano's death sentence for a couple of seconds. He can look for a full reset. His HP is not gonna be effective because he still has the ult up, but once it deforms, he's gonna have to kite around. This is something that Fairy Shen has always been notorious for. Burning out time to Romiang. Longsword beam is confirmed with that one spear, but now Wufang goes into cannon mode. He's got 3 shots. Well, for first shot, waiting it out for those tap dodges. You can see it coming through. The first shot is missed. Second shot is gonna come out here. He's gonna bait out. He's gonna go ahead, and he confirms it, but Arano is double taps rolling. We got 40 seconds. The deformation from that mech comes out. Now we're gonna hold blues. First blink, looking for a pistol shot as a micro damage. Might be in Arano's position right now to look for a hold check, but this is gonna be a dangerous game, especially up against Wufang.
Yeah, Arano daring Wufang to release, and now Wufang's like, all right, you want me to release? We throw these blues, son. Gets a nice light attack, and now Arano has to put out the hands, gets the slap, gets the uppercut, but the gold F is still up. Wufang fading back, looking for the range attack. But the red jade is gonna be revealed, and now Wufang with a ton of pressure on him. He's gonna cross him, get the uppercut counter, put him against the wall. We got 8 seconds. He gets the follow-up, and X plus Wufang is gonna win that second realm of Yang.
And he comes out with a gold armor as a result. This is gonna be a buff he can take. He gets himself a Heartstopper kick, gold fan, as well as picking up a Sky Punch if he's looking to opt in for that, and purple nunnies more importantly, because we know how strong the nunnies come out, especially for 2-1-1s, but now straight down towards the Gate of Heaven, we're gonna see a chance. 6 players arriving to the scene here, and Star is looking to hunt out here. He's on 3 eliminations. He got White Tiger's prowess. He gets hit by a blistering edge, but he is stacked out of his mind right now for these engagements.
Yeah, once Cyro gets online, where Star is with that regen, he can just have his way with the lobby. He has to be careful right now. It's not like he has a second life. He's just very, very tanky. Easily, people can turn and try to focus fire. Now, the benefit of being Cyro in these end games is she can drown you if you go for it. No matter what, if you're point blank with her and she ultimates, she can lock you down and trade out your life. It's why Cyro is such a menace in this current meta, and why once one of them gets online for these end game, you're going to see some interesting stuff of how everyone plays off the very, very stacked Cyro in the lobby.
Yeah, now we're taking a look at the scene. Zeldin getting aggressed upon Star being the first, Wufang being the second, and putting himself into the underground for the Imperial region. Now, Zeldin is safe to get one heal off. This is going to be where he's going to have to start hiding immediately, but instead goes ahead, staggers out. Star goes ahead, charges R&B, releases it for this chance. There's going to be a blue focus coming from Spider, if I'm not mistaken, making sure he can try to catch him on the drop down, but didn't occur, and we still have 8 players still holding on to this area. 10 players totally alive in this game, but with 1 player on realm main depletion, and that being EWG Arano.
Now we have 10 people left alive. We're going to a stacker endgame. We got that Yang depletion though, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Arano on the Valda. Now this is something we saw going into this J Cup. A lot of these players don't like to reveal that they are the player with Yang depletion. Now you can definitely look up at the kill feed, figure out which character is on that Yang depletion, but if you are a little bit too hasty, all of the lobby recognizes your desperation, and everyone just starts cutting down at you, chipping at you with the range, and it ends up being very, very difficult to get that Yang depletion cured. So you're seeing a lot more calculated play coming into these end games when it comes to finding the right character, the precise moment to try to go for the kill.
Yeah. And seeing how Arano is making sure he can try to force out a fight against Verse. Verse is caught out of using his F2, so now Arano knows that there's not going to be a soft combo use of using the skill. Of course, Arano is taking this point. He has the aggression. If no one wants to fight the Valda, it would make sense just to make sure that she doesn't come through after you. But for Verse right now, it's all about the investment of skills. They are capturing out. He's got advanced heal. It is proccing slowly. He's got himself on the chase down, and we're going to see Polaris try to look for a better armor. He is still on blue on that Syra. He's got a purple weapon, so the DPS is not going to be an issue, but sustaining out is going to be the most important part. But it looks like Arano gets a free blue focus release off of that scale.
Nice light attack coming from Arano, getting the drop down focused attack, and now Atari Verse in a tough position. He doesn't have that gold combo break. It's very easy to keep that sustained pressure. Arano finding, cherry picking exactly the character he wants to go for. He may not necessarily know that this is Verse right now, but he knows Matari is one of the first characters to go in these endgames. It's so hard for her to defend. It's really easy for her to steal kills, but getting away without buildings, Matari is in a tough position. Verse has his work cut out for him if he hopes to fade the lobby descending upon him.
This is a dangerous game, as well as knowing that Zeldin is on that V2 for Liam, and a Moonbane is right there, and Arano is just kiting around here. Here he goes. He's scare rushing out. Remember, Sauce have Gecko Foot's in play, so he can scare rush quickly. There it is, and it grieves him right there. And of course, as Arano looks towards it, he scales past this action. He is on the race to catch Verse, who found that chance of a blue. But one thing that comes next is whether or not the players are still chasing, and it doesn't seem that no one wants to take the initiative of being third. They are just hovering around like vultures to see what the next play is. We got 90 seconds for Arano. He catches Verse, and this could be his soul bloom to pick up Raven.
Nice job up Verse, be able to get that armor swap, dashing out of there, but the lobby recognizing where that Matari is, the scale rushing, that instant scale rush from that dagger, able to keep him alive in this situation. Everyone's chasing him down though. Arano down to 1 minute and 15, getting desperate, is gonna pop his ultimate, looking for the long range spear, but look at everyone piling in. Polaris is gonna be able to steal the kill. Arano's not able to get the soul bloom. Everyone's diving in, absolute chaos, but Arano picking up some loot, still has a minute to work with, still can make something happen, but his chances are getting slimmer as the minute goes down. down.
Yeah, he knows he can't fight. He knows he can't fight Avala because she still has ult, and that's just time on the chipper. 50 seconds on the clock right now for Arano to look for the chase down. He finds Pace. He looks for the stagger, gets the zipping, and then again you see the Heartstopper coming through here. Pace is going to be careful about looking to release the vertical. If anything, this could be a spot for him to go straight towards the Spear Well and try to contend against Star, but Star is a Syra. This is not looking good. We're at 35 seconds right now. Arano looking for the scare, maybe looking for the grapple strike after that scare rush from Mike. The problem is, there's the parry. He got 70 terrain creep, and this could be the extent he's looking for.
Not like this. Arano has the sap, not able to get the big damage, but Mike is still under a ton of pressure. Arano with the half charge. LMB's closing the distance, getting in Mike's face. Combo break is out. Arano's out of choices. He needs to go all in right now, but Pace coming in, looking to take down the weakened Valda. He knows Arano has no ult, but he didn't know he had Hepta. Hepta into parry. Arano's fighting for his life right now, but with 1 second left, he's gonna fall to 225.
This is gonna be a Loot Goblin moment here. Everyone wants that gear. They saw a Hepta, they saw a Sapjay, they saw a Gold Longsword, and now basically hits a double focus. He gets a parry. He's gonna go ahead on the chase down. He gets parried on his stead. Zelda just picks up the weapon instead. This is gonna be where Pace gets the step out. He forces that Kalium F to be invested, but now Pace is gonna be that one person that the lobby's gonna look towards. He gets his F out. He's gonna get the healing since his ult is still proccing. It's gonna come to best value, but for Star, he is looting up that body for sure. 3 eliminations still for him, having that Mystic Might, picking up the Spear Well buff, and just being on standby.
Now going to replay Star from the backside on the Syra, on the absolute unit of the lobby. He's cooking Mike right. Mike going for a ride, just getting juggled, but Wu Fang with the pistol is gonna steal the kill. Star, I was saying, sir, the absolute stacked Syra of the lobby gets to referee how these end games are gonna go. Once she shows up, the big dog, you have to back up. She's gonna get the prime meat, but you can hope, as you've seen from these players, to get that last hit. Work smarter, not harder. You don't need to do all the damage. All you need to do, secure that kill, move on the end game, and try to ladder up. Try to get more placement points, because every point is going to matter going the distance over 8 rounds.
Yeah, seen in terms of the J department, he himself from Star is stacked. We're going to see the Heartstar, we're going to see that Fire Arrows, we're going to see the Student Boon being stacked out here for Wufang, but TG5 next on the board for this. Seeing how he's able to get a quick shot charge call and a Sunwing shot, he's using that musket more so. He also has an Overlord Jade as well as a Rampage to be on standby. No Katana, no way of having a single edge weapon, but we know how fast TG5 is with that musket trying to shoot it out. So him having Sunwing shot, if he's able to unlock that threshold, he will go crazy with trying to go for the snags. As we see, the focus is going to be shifting out here. All the players are just making sure to buy out for time for the final circle.
Now Wufang on the barrier being chosen next from the lobby. The Syra's ganging up on him right now. Wufang gonna put down the V3 down. Threatening and needing to go into mech. He's not going to be able to get a reset here. The pistol shots are too accurate. Wufang trying to delay for as long as possible, but he's forcing the mech. He's going to take to the skies, but getting shot from everyone in the lobby. That V3 mech, just not as much armor as V1. He's doing his best. He's going to be able to get a couple heals here, but coming out of this mech, what are his options to survive? We got a flat ground endgame, barely anything to reset on, and already all of his armors are stripped. All of the lobby looking for a kill. Nice parry onto Spider, but combo breaks to come out. Base coming in with the focus, but he's not even landing. And from downtown, 225 with the snipe.
That's crazy, man. I mentioned the range shots, and you switch to the bow real quick. That's going to be TG5's kill, 3rd elimination on the board. He's tied with Star for 3 eliminations. We got 1 kill for Pace, 1 kill for Spider, 2 kills for Polars from Team TWSS, and Zeldin with 1. So now it comes down of whether or not we can to see the shenanigans from Liam, because we still got endgame circle, but the thing is, this circle is ending out towards the south. That's not a lot of high terrain. We are locking in towards a very, very slopey but still manageable recovery period area where if someone gets knocked out, they can still try to run back in, so long as someone doesn't come through and try to distinguish between friend and foe and just throw out blue focuses like we're seeing from Lars right now.
Yeah, cliffside endgames are just one of the scam situations in Naraka. You feel like you see the cliff, you're like, I can use the scale rush on this cliff to go up and down. Maybe I can sit on high ground. But it ends up putting you into sliding animations, what we like to call buttery rocks, where you're trying to move, you're trying to be fluid, but you end up getting caught up, and the focus attacks are so off angle that it ends up being very, very hard to control your spacing and distance. There's definitely an art form to winning these endgame terrain situations. Everyone's posting up, they're happy with their loot, they're happy with their situation. They don't want to hard commit right now, because first to ult in these end games generally means the first one to lose and get lobbied.
Yeah, exactly, because everyone wants to make sure if you burned everything that you had, and most importantly your ultimate in your kit, they will take any advantage they can to try to get that elimination, just like how we've seen the yoinks that have been happening earlier with everyone like T225 and Wufang looking for the snack for those last hit confirmations. But for Polar, so he's going to be looking to try to hold out. No parry coming through. He gets caught by that hit on the back end of the Pace Blue Focus fan. But for Pace, having Gold Fan, that's going to be where one part in the lobby, it comes out to be one of the strongest weapons to make sure you can try to catch those range hits. And there's Polaris. He's burned out for the if I'm not mistaken, having to lose his HP. Mortal Defiance now into ultimate. He is now one to be the one targeted.
Yeah, now Polaris going for the character without the combo break, roasting up Pace, going for the beams. Now he's going to heal up with the balls. Pace able to get some space, get nice and set up, but rest of the lobby seeing an opportunity to take down one of the Syra. Syra an absolute menace for the Shadow close end game. Everyone taking this opportunity to put on the pressure, but Star with that gold Hong Sword putting a ton of pressure. The threat of that sap parry, the threat of that Hepta, keeping the Syras alive.
This is going to be a spot right now to see the anticipation of the Blue Focus. He gets hit. Polaris is going to be the one struck by the Hepta detach, and back and away here. Spider's going to be looking at the rubber band with no hits. Star gets his elimination number 4, and now it's going to be who can pick up the loot, who can pick up the Soul Bloom, because right now Spider has himself just really work out in terms of throwing out those blues. But of course, if Star is dangerous enough, there's a clink. He sees it. The Blistering Edge is revealed from Zeldin. Again, he knows which Liam's going to be the one he's spotting out. He's holding that pole sword with the actions. Cannon shots come out. TG5 takes full advantage of him being in range mode, but now starts back to melee, and he's losing out his HP. He's now down to only 1 armor bar.
Everyone poking around at the lone Star. Star with the betrayal, taking down the fellow Syra, seeing the low HP, wanting to scoop it up. He wants that MVP, baby. Up to 4 kills. The parry's going to come out. Pace with the double charge, forcing out the gold combo break. Star's going to try to hold his own for as long as possible, but someone's going to be taken down right now. You're stuck with Star, with his ultimate, with his gold weapon. Who is going to get beat right now? 225 is going to be the unlucky player for this. He has to pop the ultimate. He's doing his best. He's tapped out the roll, trying to conserve his charge right now, but the zone is closing in. Everyone's getting forced to the center as Star gets his full heal off. The nice grab from Zelchuk is going to try to throw him in the air, but Star's going to survive. Zone is closing in. 4 people left alive.
Spider putting himself in ultimate. He gets caught out. The sap hit comes out from the rubber band, and Star puts himself to the RBs. He's releasing. He's hidden. The last hit, 5 on the board. T225, 6 for Star. First game was massive for Team TE.
TE's Star coming out with the first MVP of the day. He navigates that endgame perfectly. And I was saying earlier, sir, the key to winning today, you have to get value off your Syro. But remember all the way back, there was a player who threw this lobby into chaos. Zelchuk, with that Liam pick, allowed 3 Syras to go unchecked. Now, it's the player driving the character that ends up winning it all, and we see Star show us exactly what to expect from Syra gameplay going forward today.
Yeah, we've seen Syra kind of survive because it happens when these guys go up against each other, and if they're looking to slap off with the verticals and if they don't have a weapon, it could work in their advantage here, Raven.
Yeah, we're gonna get Zelchuk and Star for the puzzle right now. Star making his way, got some blue armor, fun. Nice lucky loot for him. Star gonna come in. Can he keep up that same momentum right now? He's gonna get the half charge, but gold combo break is gonna come out from Temi. Nice job from Zelchuk, able to get the whistle up, and now Star put against the wall. He has limited an option right now. Nice job using that to deny the light attack, but he is gonna get caught anyway. And now Mines, I believe, is coming in, but Star's gonna be able to scale rush up, goes up, drops back down, breaking some angles, gonna get the scale rush up, gonna connect to the ceiling, and we are out of there.
Now we're kiting on the undergrounds. We gotta watch out for that thorny roller as it's passing by, and that's gonna be exactly what's gonna delay out Mines, who is gonna flank on the other side to see if he can catch up to him, but then he goes straight into the center in the underground. So for Mines, looking up to loot up, we're gonna switch over towards inside of the Achilles crest, towards the area north, where TG5, Wufang, they're up against each other, and I see a purple weapon on Wufang already, Hong Sword on the standby, with a blue spear for TG5, still has F combos, doesn't have ultimate, and we're switching back over to Jin Armory, having a fight, Pace, taking an initiation against Arano. Oof, double tap dodge isn't successful, but he looks for the whole blue focus, he gets caught by the parry, there's gonna be succession, there's gonna be the extension, and he goes for the gravel bump into the R&B. It may not kill, but he's gonna be looking for the chase down for the R&Bs, jump at horizontal comes out, but of course, one scare rush to the next, and this is where Pace could potentially disengage.
Pace down to a sliver of health right now. Rope's coming up into Arano. Needs to land this hit. Combo is gonna come out. He makes his way on the rooftop, able to get the light attack off, but Shata ringing in. Pace, bobbing, weaving, scale rushing. We out of there looking for that armor swap. The musket shots are coming out right now, but Pace is going to try to make his way out to the left, but he isn't going to get away. Arano's going to be able to close the distance and find the kill, and one of the first kills of the round.
Making a first elimination, 1, 2, 3 is coming out from Mike. Re-release those as Spider gets caught out using his ultimate, looking for the armor swap if you can off those tents. But the purple fist place just hurts oh so much, and there's one blue vertical focus. An ultimate cast comes out for the Auric sword, but there is Spider going down. Pistol shot confirmed. Mike picks up his first elimination. He's able to go ahead and be in the able-bodied state. There's going to be one kill that he's taking throughout this point for the Forces of Kaviani, but there's still foes to arrive. As we switch over to back towards, in terms of the Eclipse Crest, we're going to see towards 225 up against what seems to be the Syra of no otherwise known as Wufang.
225, Wufang heated up this first game. 225 needs to have a good off spawn though. If you want to get going on the Hottie, Hottie going to be benefiting so much from good weapons, but Wufang making it very, very hard for him. Syra, that gold F, creating so much space right now. 225, where did you go? Wufang is out of there as well. Now Arano versus Mike. Mike with the armor reset, gonna bait out the parry from Arano with the overhold. Arano is gonna tap dodge roll, get out of that situation, but Mike gets some pressure, gets a light attack, gets the ult out, but Mike quickly with the no ult. So did Arano make it out in time? He does get a heal off. Mike does have white armor. Arano's not gonna be back enough. Weapon swap is gonna come out. Gold combo break's gonna come out for Mike. Uppercut against the wall. Arano is gonna release it. Blocked by Mike though. And the uppercut, the ceiling, the deal. Arano on the board. He's gonna take down one of the GOATs. OUG's Mike. 2
eliminations going down. We're straight back towards Bloom Castle. T25 puts himself in the spot with a V2. Wufang having purple longsword. All he needs is one hit, but this is risky. T25 deforms on the ultimate castle. This is gonna be a spot right now for the ultimate to come out from Syra. Dazzle's confirmed. That's an immediate elimination. That's 2 on the board for Wufang, and putting himself up with 10,000 Darktide coins. This means that he can wait out for armor, for a weapon later down the road before first realm, because we're switching down towards Moonfall Pass, straight towards his chase down. Zeldin is looking to put himself in a spot against Mines, as Mines going to look to try to go on that counterattack, but of course, it might have worked against his favor.
Nice shot from Zelsish, waiting for Mines to try to dodge through. Catches him perfectly, but Mines, what's up, Zelsish? Where you going? Gonna hit him with the uppercut. Catch the combo break. Catch the wake up. 2-1-1's gonna come out. Big damage coming out. Zelsish, though, does have his ultimate. Be able to go against the sand right now. Mines has to be careful right now. Zelsish gonna call him out. Where are you going? You want to go into an infinite? Nice focus at putting him into the wall, but he pushes him a little bit too far. Now 1 HP situation. Mines desperately trying to find the hit, but Zelsish in a tough situation. Zone's gonna be coming in. RMB's gonna come out. Zelsish is gonna fall. The chip damage from Mines. The clutch up from Zipping. Nice job from Mines to close it out.
Like to see that aggression coming from Mines, knowing that he's safe no matter what. V1 still being active. The chances of seeing that Temi was to catch is just immaculate, but we still have fights ahead leading on to his Polaris is thinking about engaging. He's backing off. Back towards the bottom of the Temple of Light and Shadow, we have Pace. He's using his ultimate to catch those orbs to heal up as soon as it comes down to the deactivation, because even though Pace is on the fight against Arano this time around again, this is going to be where his second life matters the most, and Pace is on that point. He is catching himself out, but he gets caught by the level 3 Hottie swing, and now Arano looking to kite around here, looking for the flank and looking for the level 3 again. He catches it once more, but Pace is quick with the armor swap.
Arano keeping up the pressure. The burn damage is in. Pace not online yet with the stack. Syra's going down from the pressure. The burn damage is ticking away. Lots of movement coming out from Pace though, able to scale rush up. Arano desperately trying to track him right now. Nice grapple stagger's gonna come in, and he's gonna secure the kill onto Pace. Where are you going, Pace? You're going down.
This is Arano's third elimination, folks. We're entering into the point where the first Romy Yang, he's got to go to a shop. He's gonna get anything better than a common armor, or he just waits outside, doesn't take that risk. Star though, gold having the Salvation Podium, he's got gold dual blades, but for Star with blue armor and the Sipping Yang, it will still work out in his favor. We still got a minute yet for that Romy Yang pass. And for everything coming out towards this area, we know that Star having to cut around this to see if any sort of engagers wants to try to take that Romy Yang, he'll be on the sidelines. Now, we're gonna take a look at the replay. This is below the Salvation Podium. Underneath, we're gonna see Mines up against Star. Is this gonna be a fight out between blue focuses and fist blades? And the purple fist blades hurt a lot, but common fist blades from Mines, it's gonna do a little bit of chip damage. He gets caught. 1-2, doesn't go for the 3. It's not gonna be guaranteed due to the terrain, but as well as seeing how Mines puts himself in the spotlight. One blue focus. There's that move we did earlier. And now he's gonna be looking for another blue focus. He releases those. And now it's gonna be a spot right between the next.
Mines against the wall though. 1, 2, 3. Star secures the kill onto them. And again, Star on his personality pick on the Zipping with gold dual. Halby's an absolute menace. Zipping on the outside, her sustained damage, especially if she's able to get that gold weapon. Now, unlike the other characters, unlike Syra and Hadi, Zipping struggles to find that gold weapon, but Star has found a way around it. He went to Puzzle, he yoinked it at the time, and he was able to get that gold weapon line. And when everyone has blue armor, Zipping's offense is absolutely insane.
Yeah, now we're going to switch and see the gear. Wufeng having purple Hongsword, having purple Longsword. It's like we got the whole roster here. And now it's up to 20 seconds until Rummy Yang opens through, unless someone takes it to fight towards his direction. TT5, Frostmas taking fights around their ends, just trying to watch out and try to kite out if it comes down towards that. But of course, 15 seconds left. Now it doesn't seem that no one wants to take this fight. Spider's waiting this one through. He's got Rupture Gale Orb. Summon Cannon has dual blades, has a purple dagger. So for right now, Spider just waiting this out. Purple armor. He could take this going through with that V1 Liam, and that's going to be the case. He's up against Polaris, who has the chances of just hiding out here for a moment. But once Spider takes the reenactment of what happens in the sky of Rummy Yang, if he takes full chip damage prioritization against a blue armor Polaris, it would force that fight to be sooner than later.
Balda versus Liam, with the nerfs to Liam and the buffs to Balda. Balda has the entry in them, but remember, Spider does have full melee resistance coming in with the dagger. You bait out that parry, force out the combo break already. Double charge parry's gonna come out, but Polaris is gonna get the stagger. Spider though chipping away at him, chopping at those knees, chopping at those legs, looking for the middle, but Polaris gonna be able to fade out, cross up, get some distance, looks for the chip damage, but Spider, like, just spectacularly guarding against all this range pressure. No poke damage, no free damage for Spider. And again, nice whip dance coming out for Spider. 1, 2, 3. And now Polaris forced to pop his ult.
Now it's going to be a spot for 18 seconds. Spider's going to have to keep tap dodging left and right and making sure he can try to go through and walk away from this one. The spear hasn't been charged up. There's a release. It's guaranteed. The F1 still ready. We're going to see an R&B release coming out from Polaris, and that's going to be a 1-2. Maybe throws out. Not going to be the case here. Just burning stamina. Oh, we look for a crouch for horizontal, and now we look to the F1 usage. Now Liam Ultimate's still available. I would be lying if I told you this is not going to go to the advantage, because that parry was sick, and that jump LMB with the Auric Sword hit comes out, and Spider wins his round.
Oh my goodness, Spider looking squeaky clean, just zero mistakes in that fight. He gives no room for Polaris to breathe, just chipping away at health. Polaris just forced into a corner. He's eventually going to lose. He feels that desperation, and Spider forces him into a bad release and gets that great parry.
This is going to be where Verse is on the sidelines here, losing out his Rummy Yang, blue armor, blue fist blades. Now he's tailing behind Spider, who you notice has the Rummy Yang buff with the Vermilions, having to worry about getting also caught into a bounty, so it's really a worse for wear situation for my boy. But we switch over to the Falcon's Perch. We have a spotlight coming through here for Wufeng. He is chasing down and making sure he can look towards the levels of where the opponent is, which is Star. Having to kite around here is looking to hear where the directions are coming from. It's very hard and Naraka try to make sure going catching it, but Wufeng is practical with his approach and goes ahead and keeps the chase going on. Switching over to Arano though, still with his Verm's buff and has the gold post sword to be picked up. He is hunting down for that bounty that we saw earlier that has been activated on Versus for Arano. Clicking into that bell, launching in and looking towards his bounty target. It's blue armor. That's easy access. Aggression upon his target is going to be coming out for 1 clink to 2 clink, 3 clink coming out here. Arano looking to charge up blues. Gets caught by the counter grapple because now it's up to Spider to see if whether or not he wants to take a target out who has already an extra life.
Arano with this gold pulsar chunking down damage onto Versus blue armor right now. R&B's gonna come down. What you doing, Spider? You wanna hit me in the back? Eat one of these, and now the R&B from Verse gonna be coming in, shredding down Spider, and now Arano gonna activate right now, pop his ultimate, look to get this last hit right now. Spider in a tough situation, tap dodge roll, out of stamina, nice job on Arano, picking up the kill, and now Verse, no more Liam next to him, just him with an ulted Hadi. He's gonna get tossed into the air. Big damage gonna come out for Arano, getting the follow-up. Does he get the wake up? No, Verse is gonna get that armor swap.
This is going to be hot for Arano too, because he's got 5 eliminations and he's getting caught crossed between 2 targets, and now getting caught by one last Auric Sword coming through here. Clinks again against Verse, clinks again, and now hoping to see whether or not this is going to be a Stoneform release. Verse is going to get caught out for the second Auric Sword because of that soul that he was able to kind of going through, but there's going to be the uppercut, there's the grapple buff. The terrain's going to grieve. Unfortunately, Verse missed it. R&B parry comes out. There's the kill number 6 as Arano cleans up. He's still up into a fight against OUG's Mike.
Good googly movies, that big damage coming down from the parry, and then Mike with the quick velocity to Arano's chest picks up the nice third-party kill. Now going over to the other Yang depletion situation, Polaris with the parry on to Mine's gonna go for the follow-up. Big Fry coming back from the behind. Frostivus with the duel. Halby's looking to steal this kill right now, but Vine's gonna fly too far away. and luckily into a nice white armor swap. Spider now diving in right now. Polaris doesn't want to hard commit to this, still has a minute 40, is going to opt to wait and take that reset, but it's going to give an opportunity for WBG's Spider to get on the board, get this kill right now. 3 people here all contesting for this kill, but Spider does have gold. A katana in his back. He can find his focus at big damage possibility with that ult charge, but he's going to get forced out, and now Polaris is going to tag back in and try to find this kill.
Conserving that rage, Spider's going to be back off, and meanwhile, Polaris is going to be having a spot here with the F2 still available, no ultimate. If anyone recognizes that fact, they can take care of the ball right here, right now, because there's under a minute and the moment for Polaris to make sure he tried to pressure out with a solo pickup, but so many targets at Pinnacle Town right now. Looking towards Mines in the corner. This is huge right now. You see F2 kind of deny the pressure. He gets solo, so he's safe, but he's not going to have enough chance to get his ultimate in time. A lot of points right here for an armor swap to save his life, but he's looking to use that blue dagger that he's had the whole time and just making the kiting that much more difficult for his opponents, but they are going to be no worse for the wearer. Frostus, 1, 2, 3, and he releases those.
Let's go. Frostus is getting that 1, 2, 3, enjoying the moment, enjoying that kill. Polaris stuck against the corner, out of stamina, can't get away from that S tier 1, 2, 3 of those dual Halbies. Now Spider is slowing down. Will he go into the second Realm Yang? Now this is one of the interesting things of this meta. Going into the second Realm Yang guarantees you're going against a stacked Syro. So if you don't have the answer, don't go in. It looks like OUG Mike dares to go there. Fortune favors the bold. Does he have the answer with Liam versus Syra? Wufang, his op all year. What can you show us?
Horizontal block extreme comes out. Mike goes ahead and releases. He's catching himself with that trigger. There's another one, and he's got the meter dump ready to go here. Ooh, uppercuts clinked out because, you know, Mike's holding up the pistol shots. He avoids the fist blaze blue, and he's blocking the range shot with the trigger, and now it's going to be a spot. There's one jump horizontal. There's another. There's a parry. There's an immediate F usage, and now Mike procs ultimate. This is going to be V2 variation. He misses the first region orb, but now the second one's still on standby. Wufang, he's got to be a little bit careful. Oh my goodness, he procs ult just to deny it, and that's going to be where it's going to be an upset moment for Mike.
The Syra now ult's popping. And can Mike survive the situation? He's putting on the moves. He's putting on the rolls. Dodging, weaving, back through, breaking ankles, breaking hearts. Wufang is going to get a heal up though. Back up full health. Mike now forced to pop the combo break, but he's back in there. Combo break comes the combo from Wufang. Mike fading away, shows what's up, got velocity, gets the half charge, gets the uppercut, 2-1-1. Wufang under a ton of pressure now. A little bit of poke damage on the wake up, but Wufang gonna back up. Happy to pepper up Mike with the cannon shots, but Mike, you want to let me have some room? I'm going to pop a heal right now. Mike with the velocity, putting on the pressure. Goldap's going to come out. He clips him with the uppercut, and the follow-up is there. Mike's going to take down a Syra with Liam.
That's a nasty setup there, my guy. And Spider is on the other side, up against Arano, the kill leader of the lobby. Jump R&B, burns Immortal Defiance. Now it's going to be Spider looking to hold that horizontal. If everything comes out, he's anticipating it. We got 43 seconds. We don't have Liam ult, but for Spider right now, it's up against a Hottie who still has a potential use in that combo breaker. A nice parry, and that's the elimination. Putting Spider with a +1 on the board and putting out a gold armor for Spider right now. That gold katana has been on standby. He's now able to pick up a Skyforce, gold dual halberds, and having a chance of picking up Vajra script. That means he is safe for a moment of getting caught in a parry and not losing his weapon. But still, that pole sword is still in action, and he now has it in his arsenal.
That it's just so satisfying getting a parry with that pulse sword, the slam coming down. No combo break is saving you from this, that big lump sum damage. And Spider catching him with his hand in the cookie jar, baiting him, you know, sliding a little bit in, then fading back with a nice S shift parry. Spider, like I said, looking in form and looking at the overall leaderboards. Surprise, surprise. One of the Syras, Wufang, getting taken down by Mike with 3 kills right now. Rano up to 6 kills, but he lost in the Realm of Yang. Spider up to 4 on the Liam. Mike up to 3 on the Liam. Both of the GOATs letting everyone know even the top tier characters will bleed and can fall.
It's going to be a crazy spot for Rano right now. Dropping into the Igneous Mound. It's up to him to try to catch his lead because he has 6 eliminations. He's outpacing everybody with it right now, including Mike and Spider. But having Realm Yang depletion, not so fun in the second Realm Yang because now we have 11 minutes total, but he's got 4 minutes on the clock to try to find a fight that's going to be initiated. And Wufang, he's prowling because he also lost his Realm Yang, which would be very interested in hoping to see if they're going to want to take a fight against one another, because if they realize if it's a one Hottie that goes down or a Syra that goes down, the lobby can recognize that, but it's up to them on where it had occurred. 14-5 though, getting right past him. Arano is going to make sure that he doesn't take any sort of fights that he doesn't need to take because he's still got 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Arano with the hottie, biding his time. Remember, there are a lot of hotties in the lobby and a lot of Liams in the lobby. Both of them had 3 picked right now, so maneuvering around, you want to figure out exactly who has Yang depletion, because you don't necessarily have to go for that kill. You can wait out for one of the Yang depletions to go out. There's multiple ways to play this situation right now, but Mike doesn't want to wait for that situation. He wants to get in there with that gold pulse sword. We've seen the pulse sword all day doing big damage with those parries, with those big R&B flanks. Mike with the Liam. Normally we don't see Mike with the pulsar. I'm excited to see what he has in store for us today.
Well, he's going for a clink for number 1, looking for a scare rush for number 2, and looking to try to force some stone form. He could sees a parry, tries to take the initiation, look for a blue focus strike if he can. He's going to kite around here. Another opponent has joined the fray. The White Tiger's prowess is going to come in clutch here as he's able to take a little bit more titch damage here for the next couple seconds. Dead around strikes, but he's not going to have a worry, at least for a moment. As CD5 looks for a reset here as the hottie. Gas goes down. Purple Nunnies is maxed out nearly. It's 59 out of 60 durability, but all it comes down to is whether or not he's got to look to hold out as much damage as possible before having to use ultimate. 2.5 minutes right now for Rano. It's like a blink of an eye when we saw him have 3.5 minutes. So for right now, Rano is now in the spot just looking for any sort of extra gear he can take into this. 2 minutes for Wufang, who's next to Star, off the south side of the circle. So for right now, Gold Fist Blades, he can chip a lot of damage. Yeah, it's going to be a good spot. If it's a zipping ink, she's going to go ahead and now sustain it. That's just a win-lose-lose situation for him, especially coming out here in Pinnacle Town.
Yeah, Star still leading the pack with the total points, up to 1 kill. Being able to fade this super stack lobby. Now, the reason why Zipping faded out was because of the hottie menace, because of the Liam menace. She has such a hard time getting under the sustained damage. Mike, though, under a little bit of pressure right now. No slouch to this, though. Known for his movement, known for his disengage, has that blue fan. Now it's going to be instantly scale rushing out of here, but Wufang, minute 20, is going to go around the corner. Spider's going to be waiting for him. Throw that focus attack out. Now the burn is up. Wufang in a tough position right now on the Syra. Still has ultimate up, but 1 minute and 10 seconds. He has to find a play right now if he hopes to survive. Now he has that Syra ultimate, better used now than later. Doesn't want to hold it for that Naraka 2 with Gold Fist Blades online. Someone's going to go down to Wufang's desperation.
There's going to be a spot right now for Wufang having to be very worried position. 50 seconds on the clock. For a scare rush for the blue focus, looking for the 1-2s, and hoping to see whether or not he can get a scare rush to confirm a stagger. Of course, being Syra is always going to come out to the top position of whether or not he can try to find that last second spot or the last second hit for the chase down. Moonbane is still holding down the sport. The Forbidden Seal means that there's no ultimates to be casted here. 1-2s, no 3s, making sure he can come through and hold out mitigation. And there's the F1 invested through the window. Heyo, having a spot right now for Wufang to really just kite around and gets caught by Stagger into range shots. Fourth ultimate outside of Forbidden Seal. Now Arano wants to take this fight into his own set. We got 20 seconds left, and Wufang, he's going to be pushed out of this threshold for the last hit confirmation from any opponent, such as Arano or even for Frostmus, who is on that high ground position.
Now remember, even though you don't get the actual damage for the kill, as long as Yang Depletion takes down Wufang, Arano with the play, with the big brain play, he's tracking Wufang into zone. He knows he's about to go down. He just has a couple more seconds than Wufang, and he's gonna make a play to get the Soul Boom, but can he make it back to zone? He's a little bit far away. A couple seconds are left. Frostif is waiting right on the edge, and he sees Arano with the clutch of the 6 kills, gonna find the Yang Depletion cure.
Gonna be seeing the reset coming through, and now with the Spear Well, Mike has secured it. He's gonna find another gold pole sword. Martial art will form hook. Look at the inventory, bro. 3 pole swords on standby, Mana stacked with 2, and also being able to have a Aurora Burst as a Jade. So if he finds that single edge weapon, he's gonna be going ahead and trying to convert it. But for Mike, goes straight to the heart of Forbidden Seal. Sees 65 in the distance, sees a hottie, just gonna go ahead and kite out. He's got a good amount of supplies, 20 grapples to his hand, and of course, having a spot right now for Mike. He's kiting himself up to the high ground, but for right now, it's up to whether or not he can try to use his Mystic Might just to try to look for the benefit of the mitigation as well as vision.
Yeah, the Liams are peppering up those hotties. The Liams cannot let hottie take this to endgame. They will lose to that V2 burn, but with Mike, with that blue Mystic Might buff, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Mike and Spider are both chasing down 225, looking for this free kill right now. Mike doing the heavy lifting, chopping away at him, throwing out those horizontals with those gold pole sword. Now, taking the heal, doesn't want to overcommit right now. The hotties are closing in right now. Mike and Spider trying to push push this advantage that they have briefly before the Hotties recognize the threat, recognizing that Liam's both have gold armor, but 225 has forced himself into a corner. He's trying to fight his way out. Spider with the cannon shots, putting a ton of burn damage, and now 225 is forced to ult and get out of there.
Now 225 has the time to reset. He's got baby armor patterns in the dream right now, and the Moonbane could be his salvation. And for him, just to kite through here on Hottie ultimate duty. But level 3 swing comes out denied. Spider is nicely aptly put for the timing for the F1 to kind of push back. But of course, for 225, for another level 3 swing, trying to look for against Spider. Spider's on that pulse where Stone Form prediction comes out, and then vertical blue focus from Mike and a quick parry action. Sap hits come out, and C25 finds a parry himself up against Spider, knowing the F1 is down, and a scare rush comes out from Mike, and a whole check comes through. C25 on death's door right now, goes for Dragon Slayer, goes right past, it kites past, but of course one hit on the cannon. Now he goes down as Mike takes up the elimination.
Mike able to get that kill with the spear. 225 with spectacular parries, but unfortunately just taking too much chunky chip damage off the back of OUG Mike's gold pole sword. Now on the end, Star knows he doesn't want to get in there. Not one of the strongest characters, but this is what Zipping was known for. If you get to the end game, if you get to the zone, you can keep your health topped off and hopefully have the zone and do enough damage that you can find some kills. Now the trick to these end games is that burn damage, the name of the game. Now all these Hotties left alive, Arano, Frostivus, they're gonna have an edge as the zone closes in, but OUG's Mike and WG Spider has something to say about that.
Yeah, especially Arano, he's stacked on a level 4 Juggernaut. This man is on the menace grind right now and holding out for a blue focus if he can. Rupture Kill burns come through here. Now it's going to be Mike looking for the chase out with the army for those nunchucks as we've seen. It's going to be coming out for a blue focus against Spider. Spider looking for the cannon shots, confirming that Rupture Kill, putting him into the corner here for the Hottie. Dangerous predicament right now for Arano, for himself. Not having to utilize ult is his best case scenario right now. He's got enough supplies to heal us out. He's got 7 grab, 7 armor patterns, 4 vitalities, but for right now, Arano putting himself to the corner is not going to be in the spotlight, whether or not he's going to get caught in the parry. And Mike, quick with it, gets to sap it, and he continues that pressure as the Hottie ult is invested.
Arano with the Hottie ult going to make his way around the pillar, denying all of that range pressure. He is going to get this top off, get this heal off. Oh, big bow shot going to be coming out from left field. Arano dodging, weaving, wants to get this full heal off, but he has the likes of 2 Liams with gold armor, the likes of the 2 goats, Mike and Spider, trying to focus him down. They know he doesn't have ult up right now. Big R&B going to come down from Mike. R&B going to be responding with Arano, but multiple Hotties coming in, looking to take down Mike, and Mike wisely is going to switch to these nunchucks. The vertical, the velocity untold, just doing work for Mike, staying safe. He gets for the armor reset, and Frostivus is forced to back off.
It's going to be a spot right now for Arano, waiting out that R&B to come out. Their blue focus is coming left and right from Mike. Quick swapping from the full sword straight to the nunchucks, and now the whole check comes out. Arano gets almost caught out for the elimination. Armor swap is going to be good, is it not? It's going to be Spider's elimination. Coming through 5 eliminations, picking up the Soul Bloom, and now having to loot to pick from his opponent's body. 4 players left on the board. We're at 2.5 minute marks at the Pinnacle Town. In this round, Frost was still alive with 1 elimination, 4 eliminations for Mike, 5 for Spider, and 1 for Star, who's still on top of the entirety of the leaderboard.
Frostivus under a ton of pressure right now, surrounded by Mike and Spider. The horizontal's going to come on LMB R&B from Spider, just letting it all go. Jumping LMB. Frostivus just after 3 hits, all of his health is gone, and now he's burning. He still has ultimate up. He still has a little bit of fight left him. Now his last card is going to be used right now. Star's going to activate right now, see if he can get a flank off, but now Star's going for a ride. Frostivus seeing the dire situation, has to make it a play right now. Does he go for Star? Does he go for Mike? Or does he heal?
This is going to be a spotlight right now for Frostivus. Has in the gold armor, and being able to heal up and almost fully reset is something that Spider does not want to have happen. He's scared rushing past Star as well, just trying to make sure he can try to put a test towards an aggression. But these 2 having to sustain to hold out to the very end is up to whether or not they can survive by health or by just timing outside of the rubbing or out of the Shadow Corruption damage. Now for Frostivus, oh, hold check, oh no. F2 comes out for the investment, and now the whole blue focus comes through, and he's still on his limelight moment of holding on the blue focus is because the whole lobby is seen towards it. Spider is up to 6 kills right now, putting himself where Arano was once, but now with a higher placement for Spider. Gold pole sword goes to the sky, watching out for Star, has no armor for him to try to invest his ultimate. Oh my goodness, off of the terrain. Spider will look to try to use the ultimate now to space out, but for Star, this is going to be a chance for him to try to look for a quick 1-2.
Star keeping on the pressure, coming out with the V1, wants to get Spider out of here. Mike, seeing the other Liam is very, very low, opting to look for the last hit, but hits Star in the back with that big pole sword R&B, the healing from the V1 keeping Star topped off right now. Spider doing his best to stall out. Doesn't want to get hit right now, but Mike is going to get him, put him against the wall, and now we got a 1v1 Spider versus Star.
Star goes ahead and clinks out. Notices the V2 is now deactivated for him. It's going to be a Velocity Untold fight. Parry doesn't come out. We know the reversal comes from Star in the most acclaimed action, but one pistol shot to the neck into the zone. Looking for the blue focus hold there again, and Mike holds it again. Now we're seeing the early parries. This is huge right now. As Mike puts himself in a spot, it's going to be a chance to see the blue focus as the pelvic thrust comes out. We know this is going to be where Mike holds out the blue focus. He'll get it again, but Star has himself to look for the knockback. Isn't successful with it. And for this moment, Star looks to try to hold him into the circle, but it's going to be the HP threshold that comes out on top, and Mike takes it with 6 eliminations, knocking out the previous round's winner and taking it in round 2.
No way. The GOAT is back, and not only is he back, he lets Star know, not your time, not your era. It is still mine. On the back of his Liam, Mike, with that Velocity Untold, absolutely decimates the lobby. And we were hearing that it's almost impossible for Liam to beat Syra inside the realm of Yang, but we see the likes of Mike and Spider prove us otherwise. Maybe it's not the character, maybe these two are just built different. It's all about the player. When it's south, what are we going to see? Off spawn, Frostivus going to be coming in, looks for the light attack, not able to get it. Bike crosses up, combo break can be forced out by Frostivus. Army's going to come out. He does have an armor inside of there. Blue armor's going to come out. Double parry going to come out from Mike. He gets the white armor, but he's juggled against the corner. Big damage for Frostivus now, but Mike, he's not backing out. He's not going anywhere. Gets the grapple kick, gets the 1-2, looks for the scale rush up, but Frostivus crouch rolled out of that situation. R&B on the outside. Mike with the scale rush going to be coming out to the outside. Both of them opting to reset right now, but on the third lurking, a third party is lurking in the background.
Dangerous spot right now. Blue focus release, gets caught for the heal, and Mike is not going to look for a clink. Now this is where Frostivus looks to hold R&B. He releases it immediately. Blue trope gets opened up. Is that an armor swap for my boy? I don't know. Mike is going to go ahead and kite out here. He's going to be getting himself into another door and through the Wand Shrine, but kill on the leaderboard. Star finding an elimination against SYN's Minds. Mike is still kiting around here, and he's moving further down to the west side, but hopefully to see whether or not Frostivus can come out on top, because listen, it's going to take a long time. The armor swaps are in the back of Mike's head if he can find one, but Frostivus is already putting that pressure, especially with the rarity of Purple Staff.
Nice trap from Mike. He feints out, grabs the fan, weapon swap. Max range R&B going to come up. Now Frost's going for the overhold trap, but Mike's going to space out right now. Pressure is going to come in, and Mike scoops up the armor at the last second. 1, 2. Now Mike putting up the pressure, weaving, bobbing. Frost stuck in the corner, and on the outside, Mike's going to deny the exit and take down Frostivus.
Double blue focus comes out here at the least expectation, and now Stars in the vicinity. Remember, from the kill against SYN's Minds. Polar is getting a kill against T5, if I'm not mistaken, because now it's up to Arano, putting out the spotlight and making sure he can hold out blue focus. And this is north of Eventai Temple. Wufong is looking towards his tap dodges. Uppercut's good. The jump element to R&B is good. That's elimination number 1 for Wufong, and he's taking that from against Justina in the lobby.
Wait a second. Wufong caught that LMB focus with that horizontal. Spectacular timing coming out from Wufong. Now, Spider in the money position against Minds. This is Spider's domain. He's landed here forever. Going to get a nice LMB into their uppercut, into the corner, and Minds put into the montage, put into the replay. WBG Spider scaling up. You don't want to see my man going, especially when he's on Syra.
He's got himself 1 elimination. He knocked out Minds in the lobby. He's straight up and into the Artisan's Grove. He's breaking all these pots, getting money. This is now the threshold at J Cup, breaking the barrier of 1 million damage in this esports, and that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
For Solo's gameplay of going through, Spider broke it through. He's one of the few, and he's one of the one of the greatest to make it happen.
Yeah, Spider, one of the most active players when he's in the lobby. He does not wait back. He's always in there. He's gonna do a ton of damage. He's gonna commit and try to create the situations that he wants to capitalize on. Speaking of situations, we got Pace. Ult's gonna be forced out, but Zelstich, like I said, weapon swap gonna come out, putting Pace in the blender. We got a little bit of some spice going on, some staff weapon swapping, but Pace with the horizontals chopping away, forcing Zelstich back right now. Pace, and where are you going? I thought you wanted to play. Overhold's gonna be coming out. He's forced to ult right now, and Pace, what great spacing. essentially immediately gets out of there. Nice focus attacks coming out. Zelchich is not going to get any chip damage, and he's going to be able to get a reset, though.
It's going to be one strike for the Hottie, potentially, but the full reset is going to happen. Pace having no grapples in his hands. He's trying to look for supplies throughout the Noble Cave region, but we're going to see kills. Mike getting another elimination, this time into the backset. He's up to 3 kills right now. I saw his second elimination was against Polaris. Now it comes down to whether or not he is stacking up his hand, out of his hands. But that parry from Zeldich comes out. We're looking for a lethal jab. That's confirmed. We're looking for Stoneform. We're anticipating the R&B because Zeldich is looking for the mitigations here. One blue focus to the next. Baits out for neutral. Backing away from this point. No parry is confirmed there, and we're going to see another chance for that blue focus from Pace as he's going for wild haymaker mode.
Nice chip damage coming out from Pace, trying to isolate this pressure, but Zelchich chipping away, cutting him down. R&Bs are out right now. Pace, though, going to swing his way out of here, but unfortunately, Spider's going to be on the outside, but Spider's going to steal the kill from Zelchich, but Zelchich gets a nice LMB into the uppercut. No, he's not. Combo break's going to come out. Last hit situation, and Spider is going to find another free kill.
Spider on 3 eliminations, and we're switching up over towards the Sunwings Rest X1's Wufang Proctal against D25. Frostfist on the vicinity, and he is on his second life right now. It's up to him to look for these quick eliminations. F1 out from that area, and then Frostfist gets caught out here. Wufang looks for the uppercut and then invests the F1 from that Liam as it comes out to save his life, but Wufang, his ultimate's done. He's got Combo Breaker ready to go up here at T25 with a purple weapon on standby. He can look to the aggressive upon and reinitiate, but it's all coming down towards who is behind him and what are they going to be doing next, because right now, with no ultimate cast ready to go, T25 is looking to try to farm up here and making sure that nothing is left in the kit of Evaldo.
Yeah, 225 with the nice overhold. Gonna punish Wufang. What are you doing? You want to pressure me? Tap dodge, not giving the trap to Wufang. Wufang being like, yeah, I'm gonna keep on damaging right now, but 225 actually on a Varia pick right now. We didn't see this at all from him from the pre-finals or group stage, taking a page out of Wufang's book and putting Wufang into the ground with a nice hit, and he's gonna grab that Soul Boom and get on the board.
Absolutely wild. It is a Wufang of all people for him to snipe him out with a cannon shot. Wufang still has a life available. Frostfist is backing out completely with the roaming Yangus in spawn mode. Shaolin staff from Mike. We're gonna get a replay for his 3rd elimination, his 2nd elimination against Polaris. There's the kill steal number 1 for against Polaris. Really quick drop down R&B, and this is Verse on his key Justina moment, and the F1 comes out from Mike. He can go ahead and reposition, and there's the second dodge. Remember, V1 has been more utilized in the solo scene. Oh, 2-on-1's clean for it, because now then Verse, even with the cancellation, the ult, still gonna get caught out with Mike picking up that 3rd elimination, just like water flowing through.
Uh-oh, sir. Uh-oh. Mike is heating up right now. We're on game 3. My man is looking unstoppable. He was just 3 steps ahead of Verse, waiting for that dash through, picking up those freebies, but for the top 2, the 2 GOATs, they're going to lock horns right now. Spider and Mike both waiting for that Realm of Yang. Now, one of the finesses for Realm of Yang, there are 3 spots.
Yeah.
You'll see the personality. Mike is known for going in first. He doesn't care who he fights. Spider likes to go in last. If he gets there first, he's going to hold on to that ticket, wait for the very end. We got our Dark Horse, the Curse Breaker this year, 225. He comes out of nowhere, just like Arano, for the end. Can he wake up right now? He needs to pick up speed, because unlike in the past, unlike previous J Cup, we go to match point right now. Someone can end this tournament if you let them.
Yeah, and picking up eliminations like quickly as possible is going to be the case. So it looks like WBG Spider enters Realm of Yang. He's up against Mike. That's a fight everyone likes to see, and that's a fight we're going to get to see live for game 3. Now, the weapon selection is crazy, because Spider has an advanced heal, and he's got a lot of purple weapons in the secondary staff in case he gets parried. So we're going to start us off. Crossbow bolts coming out here from Mike. Goes straight to stanchion form and catches the LMB, forcing out Combo Breaker from Spider, but now it's up to the Cyrus up against toe-to-toe.
Yeah, Mike with the Staff Jade, letting Spider know, what am I using right now? Do I got some secret? 1, 2, 3. Spider's like, not with this reaction time. Mike, get out of here. R&B's gonna come out. Looks for the wake-up coverage. Mike doesn't bite, but instead, Spider gonna get that 2-on-1. Catch him on the retreat. Mike with the half charge, gonna take his turn back, forcing to use that combo break, but Mike doesn't want to pop his ultimate, going for a lot more extra credit. He is gonna close the distance, try to get the R&Bs off, try to get the heals off, but Spider's doing a good job. Tap dodge, roll. We've seen it earlier from the likes of Mike rolling around the corners. Is this a counter to Syra, rolling back and forth? Spider has his full ultimate online. Now Mike in a weird situation, has half armor up. Spider immediately comes in, throws his first focus attack without Mike fading out. How can he overcome Spider when he still has ult?
He's looking for the R&Bs after that. Whoa, vertical 1, 2, 3 coming out again for the Shaolin staff, and now Spider's on the reverse, looking to use his ultimate. A double roll come out. Spider's putting that pressure on, but we know Mike is looking to get caught by Dazzle. Here it goes. Laser beam comes out, and the blast is not staggered. It looks like Mike is good for the set. He's got F1 still. He can use it to space away, or takes a chance to roll right back into it. Another horizontal kip comes out. Clutch might be looking for the clutch moment for the R&Bs, because the F1 comes out from Spider. And I know all the staggers gonna come through.
Oh.
Nice parry though, and a jump horizontal to an R&B clink. We just need one hit, and that's all we need. 10 seconds. This is all kiting position for Spider, unless he finds a turnaround, because right now that crossbow is gonna connect through, and this could be our first Roman Yang depletion tied position. But a snare rush coming up from Mike and catches that elimination for the first round.
Spider was leading the whole time, but OUG's Mike, when put under pressure, he clutches it up under the biggest moment. Now going over to 225 versus Pace. Timeout situation is looming right now. 20 seconds left. 225 already using his fairy ult. He does have the armor advantage on the Pace. Gonna look for the uppercut combo. He is gonna get it. Now Pace going for a ride. Isn't enough damage. A little bit left. Half charge RB is gonna come out. He gets the 1 and then 2, cutting up Pace in half. And 225 is gonna get on the board on the surprise Faria serve.
That's crazy. He's gonna pick up a purple longsword, gonna get Sky Punch, but that gold katana, that is a strict upgrade for him right now as his weapon selection comes through. He's going to probably switch it to Hong Sword. I wouldn't blame him, but switching over to Servant's Grounds, having a fight against what seems to be Mike against Arano. Grapple him is good because that terrain, looks for the horizontal. Wait a second, we're going to have to go ahead and back up for a slap. An attempt coming out from Arano. He faded it out, and now he's looking towards the chase as Mike puts himself in this stead. He's going to back away. He doesn't want to take any chances. Verse can pick up elimination off of him as well as against Arano. So for Mike, it's a full reset position. For Arano, though, it is himself and only himself to just work into the Celestial region. He's got 2 armor powders and he's only got 3 healing berries. So for right now, supplies, they're looking a little bit grim here, Raven.
All puns intended. A cheeky fake slap into light attack coming out from Arano. Justina looking for those uppercut combos, but Mike not going to be falling for the shenanigans. Slap with this low latency, with these guys' reaction times, not true in these situations. You can really only get a small opener. You got to trap that second option, and Mike just fully denies, gets out of there, and is going to live to fight another day.
Yeah, and now taking a look over toward the temple north of the Noble Cave, you're going to see Mike cutting throughout as Polaris is going to get ambushed upon V, and this is going to be where that grapple is going to be dodged, but then Polaris finds a blue armor swap. He's good for it. The 1-2 comes out. The F skill from the Hottie is going to be invested. So Polaris, having played Hottie and having a huge ravine next to him, this could work to where he can just kite her through, because considering the zone is at this very edge, it's going to slowly collapse. We're switching over to Celestia though. Roman Yang depletion right now for watching out for whether or not Spider can come out on top, because as a Syra, he's got 7 grapples, yeah, but there's so much terrain that's going to affect him, especially if he decides to ult. But we're switching back to that ravine I mentioned prior, as it's going to be a chase down between 4 opponents on the field.
OUG's Mike, he's getting it, going up to 4 kills, taking the lead. Spider trailing him at 3 kills at 17.6, but Spider does have Yang depletion right now. So does Pace. 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Polaris trying to fade the pressure, but these dual Halbies have a mind of their own. He's moving really fast, trying to close the distance. Hottie ult's gonna be forced out by Pace. 225's gonna jump into the mix. Faria, out of all characters, looking to chase down Hottie in 2024. I cannot believe my eyes. Faria back in the meta on the biggest stage, chasing down the old meta, the current meta. Hottie, even after all the nerfs, this character has been super powerful. You're able to create the space that Polaris is doing, but a minute and 40 Pace with those blue Halbies. He's gonna connect. Can he find the kill before time runs out?
Yeah, making sure he can try to look for a bait out parry. The fan wind blast comes out. There's gonna be the Hong Sword from the backside. It's gonna be a lot of damage if Pace gets 1 blue focus from it, from a vertical especially. But of course, there's a stagger. Now we're gonna see about whether or not Pace can look for the quick blue focus. Uppercut, grab him up. Oh, looks for the double hit, but it's denied. But 2-5 gets it. Can we get that snowball for the F2? Yes, we will. And Pace comes out. He's avoiding the V2 coming out from that Fairy Shed Beacon. He's got a space away from it. This is going to be where Pace is just good to go. He got rid of the Roman Yang depletion. That means he's safe to go ahead and kite out for the majority of this match. For right now, though, it seems like we are still in dire straits. Spider is still under that Yang depletion, and he's got 30 seconds to make it count.
Yeah, this is Spider's playground. He loves fighting in this area, but Verse on the Justina. That's one of the benefits of Justina. All those dashes provide so much mobility, and with 24 seconds, I feel like Spider his time is ticking. No one is available right now. Everyone doesn't want to commit to a possible Siren. Now Arano though with the blue. Nice follow-up's gonna come in. Mike's gonna come in. He knows the time is ticking. He wants that last hit off, but Spider is gonna pop his ultimate, staring around, looking for a hit. Unfortunately, Syra, with her limited mobility, can't chase down anyone. Down to 2 seconds. He doesn't want to give up the heal. Someone gets his chip damage though, and it's Alliance Frostive. He's gonna yoink the kill and picking up one for the boys.
The XDD moment right there for Frostos. I know he's looking towards the elimination for a +1. Now it's going to be coming towards Mike at the Zest Winery. A lot of momentum though, and even with that, you know Mike has a position right there for it, and that's going to be a zinger type moment because whether or not we see Pace put himself off this rip with a blue armor swap, it's going to be a heal position if he can find the time to do so. Zest Winery has so many windows, and for him to try to find his way towards it, he gets it, but he gets caught. 1-2 into the ultimate cast. This is dangerous for Pace right now. He's looking to try to mitigate himself from any sort of stagger, but one heal to the next. This is going to be where Star is going to catch up. Remember, Star having one elimination this match. He is still in the top 3 of the leaderboard right now. Spider goes out. He's in second, and Mike is still in first. 4 eliminations, 19.9 points, and we still have that second round Yang, seeing how TG5 is able to accrue it up.
Yeah, 225. All of the usual stars rising to the occasion right now. Mike, Spider, 225 climbing to the top 3. This is their playground, the world stage. J Cup, 225 on the fair. He's played this meta before. He's showing everyone why he's gotten second place back-to-back years. It wasn't luck finding that nice horizontal, but Frostivus again coming in with the yoink. The Rupture Gale coming in huge. Alliance Frostivus climbing up the leaderboard on the back of this Liam and this cannon.
And my man is a dark magician when it comes down to catching those cannon shots. Because I don't see where he's at, and then all of a sudden, boom, elimination +1, and he's backing away. And he's stacked out of his mind. Oh my goodness, let me read all those J's. We got Rampage, you got Advanced Heal, he's got Assassin's Lunge as well. No, Soul Shatter, I should say. But picking up the Rupture Gale Orb has been working in his favor predominantly. So for right now, if he goes right back in, he's definitely going to be one of the jaded that ones. But Zeldin forced to ult, not in a great spot. You can take the time to heal, but one of those pistol shots starts striking, and Zeldin is in a bad spot, especially if he's going to be looking to try to heal. Luckily though, he's got Advanced Heal, so he'll take a little bit less time. It's just whether or not he can get caught out and using his ultimate at its full value. But it looks like he's canceling the Raven because he knows that rage is going to be more important in holding it down.
Yeah, very observant. Serve that Advanced Heal. It allows you to just salvage your heals, all of your resources, especially in these end games where you're just getting constantly pressured by the range of multiple players. Zelchich doing his best to survive in the situation, down to his last white heal, 5 blue heals in the back, and he's surrounded up multiple gold armors, everyone poking at him. The Tiger buff is closing the distance. Zelchich trying to grapple out of here, but 225 is going to hold him in. Where you go with Zelchich? Double hold's going to be coming out. Light attacks from 225. Big chip damage coming out onto Zelchich. Everyone surrounding. Scale Rush is being charged left, right. Zelchich is out of there through the window, getting out, but the grapple of Frostivus is going to keep him stuck there. Nowhere left to go, nowhere left to run. Who is going to pick up this kill on the bleeding Zelchich?
6 players left into this Zest Winery, holding on to 7 players total left alive, and this is going to be a spotlight where it's like, are we looking to the heal off, but are we going to be going ahead and just full W key? Because now TG5, he's the one on the approach. Seeing Zeldin here. Zeldin is on 220 BPM for his heart rate right now because now it comes down. Just working around the blue focuses, and the parry, there it is. There's a mouse shot coming from Marauder from outside the window. And for right now, Star is locked in here with TG5. The gold scaling is going to be massive, but you can see TG5 puts himself in the high ground for a scare rush. It confirms it. Oh my goodness, he's looking for the R&Bs. He's backing off into that sidelines just to make sure he can just catch a good vision of what's happening around him. And meanwhile, Prize Fall is in his kit. He's got switch dazzles, so hopefully that doesn't grieve. I'm got secured. I'm knocking on wood. Rampage, Sky Punch, and a Juggernaut level 2 on the standby.
Yeah. The Rampage of 225. He was doing a lot of work right there. Not to cast a curse. 225. Unfortunately, again, his kill is going to be yoinked away. Frostivus early with the cannon. Then Arano from downtown with those musket shots. And we're seeing a little bit of mortality coming out from the Cyrus. Mike is in a very dangerous position. Even though he's up to 4 kills right now, no one wants to see a Syra in endgame. Now, he might be able to get 225 out of there because no one really wants to see a Faria either, but still, if you have to pick who has to go first, unless Mike takes the initiative, gets 225 lobbied out of there, offers up a better piece of a character, Mike's going to be the next piece when the zone starts closing in and everyone realizes he's still alive.
And he also has an advanced heal picked up from the body of Zeldin. He got himself a swift cut so he can bait out for a soul slash if they think it is. Octa Slash Blade though on versus hands of Ripple Phantom Step as well as Shaolin Staff, having Cav Bloom and a Sap Jade. And he has dual blades on standby. We're going to see Alliance and Frostmas though activate that Valiant Challenger having full vision. And this is 9 minutes. This means that he has a lot of time to look towards that. But Verse, look at this replay up against Wufong, and this was 8 minutes prior of where we were just at. So for seeing Verse up against Wufong, you know it's going to be a chance here for the 1-2s, potentially for the 3, but parry opportunities coming out from Verse, and Wufong is just trying to survive by dear whole life.
Got Verse, gonna get the follow-up, gonna get the 1-2-3, sends that baby. But I mean, the 1-2-3 of dual halberds and dual halberds, definitely the best 1-2-3 in the game. Super, super fast, even under the lowest of land ping. Still really hard to dodge, easy to commit when your opponent is not paying attention. That's all I'm saying, man. The Justinas, that's a personality pick for a lot of these top players. They love the technicality of Justina. They love looking for those traps, looking for those uppercut combos. Now Mike, the work is cut out for them. And same thing with Star. He started off the day red hot. Now he's slowing down a little bit. He's losing a little bit of steam now that Mike and Spider have picked up. They're outshining him right now. He's going to have to really pick up if he hopes to be the true star by the end of the day.
Yeah, +1 with the purple spear, especially off of Justina. If you can look for, if Veronica can try to find a quick one-hit blue focus and then backs off, that would be huge, right? Because then after that, the person has to back off. They have to reset. But then someone else could try to go ahead and disrupt that process. This is going to be where Veronica can play Justina as like a Kamatari, like in and out, and just try to catch as quick as possible, just a short amount of damage, but then utilizing the skill just to back through. The only difference is that once you proc Justina ult, you don't have a combo breaker. That means that you are susceptible to anything, and you might have to cancel as a reason for it. For Mike though, putting himself with a gold pair of dual blades in his hands with a fin skin, having 4 eliminations and being, like we said, the Syra to make it through. If he catches 7 eliminations at first place, he can't catch match point. So having Mike to be this close after round 3 to be the only match point gamer from this point on, it's going to be a susceptible fight because a Romier or a Spirit Well in effect is going to turn the tides for anyone else.
Look at the hit and run tactics on this Spirit Well. No one has the edge right now. Everyone's contesting. The nice cannon shots coming out. Mike is going to even challenge. No Syra to back him up right now. He doesn't care. He wants a Spirit Well. Whoever gets the Spirit Well is going to have a ton of momentum and is going to be able to dictate this endgame. They get to choose who is going to get lobbied out for first, just because the buff is such a big advantage. The armor reset is such a big advantage, and you can piggyback off whoever is able to claim the Spirit Well. This is why everyone's contesting. The drop down left and right. Frostmas is coming into play, peppering in with those cannon shots. 2-2-5 though on the Varia. Are we going to see the first Varia claim of a Spirit Well in this J Cup?
It's going to be interesting because we've seen it in trios where Varia with a free beacon to be dropped down is something to behold. But for TT25, this is going to be a spot where he's looking to hold it down, hold down the fort. The Spear Shield is up, and now it's down, and now it's claimed, and now he's going for the R&Bs. He's got himself to have that ult refresh, and even though he already had it, he's going for the jump horizontal extensions as Frostmas looks past his point. Holding blue focuses, procking Liam. Oh, now we have to back off. We had to disengage here. Blue focus doesn't get parried. He tries to eat up just a little bit of damage. White Striker's prowess heal of 25 is going to take away per second, but for TT25, he's going to look to try to avoid. It gets a parry, but this is going to be the investment for Liam from F1, as Star is going to be on the cusp of being targeted by the lobby.
Got 2-2-5, just taking it to the Liams right now with that buff, with this gold Hong sword. He's putting on the pressure on the Star, but Star fading out, gets the half charge in. He is gonna get grabbed and tossed across the map right now. And now Verse chasing him down. The Justina is activating, looking for the kill on the Star. Star with the overhold, looking to pry, but 2-2-5, keeping up the pressure, drops the mech on top of his end. Star forced to ultimate. Nice parry's gonna come out. Nice heal gonna come out, but the stagger isn't gonna be there. Star denied the desperate siphon that he desperately needed, but he is gonna get an armor reset. Moonbane's gonna be coming in. 2-2-5 is close to distance again. Can Star survive?
He's holding the blue focus. He's getting caught almost in the cannon shots. The parry comes out. The Rupture Gale comes through. Frostmas with a third elimination, pick it up, and Arano getting a kill on TT25, and the Moonbane to separate everyone. Frostmas beat seeing the resulting strike. No one's looking at him. Arano, though, gets focused out here, and this is at 7 seconds until movement is gone from the game for this lobby. But for Mike, he's getting forced to use F1 versus looking for the 1-2s. Almost went for the 3. I saw the vision, but of course, you know how much it comes down. I'm just looking to anticipate this. The loot on those bodies is absolutely incredible. For someone to go ahead back to where those bodies are, that's exactly why Arano's in the prime position, as well as just making sure that he's prepared for the next 4.5 minutes and being in the stead for the lead.
The Justiners are still left alive. Frostivus betrayed at the last second. 225 was able to claim it, but decides to turn onto the Liams, look for the kill, and instead is beheaded himself. And now Frostivus with that up 2 gonna get pressured up by Burst. Combo break can be invested though by Burst. He's gonna back up all the way, but Mike keeping on the pressure onto Arano. Both of these players with gold weapons. Poke damage is coming out. Rampage coming through from Frostivus. Combo breaks gonna be coming up. Arano down to no armor. He is gonna force the ultimate, and now both Arano and Frostivus in a tough position.
This is gonna be tough for Arano because now he's gonna invest his dash to get out of sight, out of mind, and he's got no armor. Now it comes down to Mike. If he looks at it, there's a cancellation of the ult to get that combo breaker immediately, and now 1-2s, 3s. Cyan Fang comes out with a stamina strike animation. You know this is gonna be coming through for Arano to look to the skies, but of course Mike is not going to let this one down. He needs to get that Justina. She has no ultimate. This is perfect situation. Frost's background, looking at Verse, looking at the blue focus gets spammed out here. Verse is a one hit in the dream. Now this is going to be the position. If Frost's gets his kill, it's going to be a 4 eliminations, but if Mike gets it, which he does, all he needs is 2 more eliminations and Captain Verse lanes.
Wait a second.
And Frost's comes out, but wait a second, Mike is coming out here towards it. That's going to be 6 eliminations. No, Verse gets it from that point.
Mike with the last second betrayal looks for the kill, and Frostivus, and Burst is able to secure it. Now with a focus attack, can Mike take down the second time? His ult is still up. Burst in a tough position. He needs to be able to dodge it. He is going to get stunned though. Tossed into the zone, and Mike is going to secure it again with 5 kills and another MVP.
Picks up $5,500 just like that, but also picking up those points. He was 1 kill away with the multiplier and ensuring match win, but he is literally a placement point away from being able to go ahead and full throttle as if he hasn't been doing so already. He is catching round 3's MVP. Mike with a 6 elimination again, first place game, and putting himself completely ahead of the competition.
Yeah, unlike previous rounds, we didn't see Mike as active. He played a little bit slower, but even Mike slow, you see him influencing the spirit roll. You see him active, looking for those last hits with purple armor, with the Syra.
I reckon you're probably safe going A, but we shall see. Heading on. Here is the man of the hour, the man who is literally just a little bit away. 0.4, as we said. He is going to be looting out, but we're heading on over to Spider. Scrapping now up against Zelding. Zelding with that advantage, having that armor under his belt. Spider does have that purple katana, so if he does find a good release or a good combo, he is going to be able to do a lot of damage there. Zelding gives up the chase, not willing to go for it. Instead, he's going for that full reset. Going to have blue armor while chasing down Spider, but is he going to be able to find an armor?
Yeah, and Spider needs a good game, because he's currently second in standings, but he's still a ways away from Mike. He knows that we're guaranteed to go this game, at least for Mike to be able to cross into MVP eligibility, but the next one, well, we might end it right there. So Spider now looks for that 1v1. Katana is one of his absolute best weapons! Finds the parry. Zell comes on out with the F2 combo breaker. Sparta charges up the skirmish to try and catch that Justina if she went for the double tap dodge, and finds another parry! And this time Zell does not have the F2 to pop to save his skin.
Not at all. Absolutely cooking right now. Speaking of cooking, we got Verse in the kitchen here, but he may have burned himself getting parried here from Wu Fong. T225 also the mate's going to be looking to chase him down with the fan, trying to find him. We do see the armor swap come on through for Verse, but he gets hit by this uppercut. The chase down, the RMB, the release is going to catch him just around the corner. Does pop that ultimate, getting another armor swap now. Going to try and apply the pressure onto Wu Fong, try and make something happen with this ultimate.
Yeah, but Verse is going to be out of that V2 in a matter of moments, and you can see that 225 is still going to be looking for that potential third party on that Syra with the ultimate ready to go at a moment's notice. Verse does find the grey armor reset, looks for the drop down parry, will not be able to find it, but here's 225 with the vacuum attempt. That RB from the fan throws down a second time, finds the connection. Verse will find the combo break, and now it's just a matter of who's going to be able to claim the kill, and T225 will through with that one. Still has that ultimate to come on out as well, but does lose the fan to the parry coming on out from Wufong. The F1 gets invested so that 225 can put himself above the Liam's head and now look for that drop down attachment. Does have that dagger, will not be able to find the skill rush out. The uppercut extension allows for the grapple bump, and Wufong walks away with the hit.
Indeed he does, but here we are moving on over to quite a party here. OUG's Mike, Alliance, Frostivus, and a few friends to go ahead. Oh, Mike finding the grapple, going in, managing to find the terrain combo, swapping to the greatsword. He does so much damage, but unfortunately not enough to get the kill. And Zelding's actually going to be able to pick it up with the cannon shot. We have the F coming up from Zelding now in quite a lot of danger. He is not in a good spot, but Mike also perhaps in a bit of a sticky situation. Forced to use this hardy ultimate. He's gonna try, no, he's closing the distance a little bit before going for the heal. Zelding fighting for his life here, trying to disengage. He's gonna make it to the pillar perhaps, maybe kite using those scale rushes. He's got one dash left, there it is. Gets into the building. Mike hot on his heels though. Pulling out the longsword, the faster movement weapon. Zelding, no armor swaps to be had here. Mike, does he catch up with him?
Does he lose him? No, he gets to see whether Justina's gone. He comes on through with the jump horizontal. Gets the vertical! Right through the spine. Zell goes down. Mike goes up. 26 points have been surpassed. We go another game guaranteed. But when we head into the next one, when we hit game 5, Mike could MVP.
Oh my goodness, the parry, the uppercut to that one. What a goofy combo though, not able to catch any real damage. And then the ultimate coming out from Spider is just going to chop him down. Mike, he's happy though, he did his job, he did what he needed to do, but now Spider getting full engaged on by this third party, purple armor as well.
Yeah, Spider does have the dual halberd and Katana weapons up in the back pocket, but loses the Katana to the parry coming out from Wufong. Fan now comes on through, the RMB gets committed into, and Wufong finds another parry. A lot of these players forced to overcommit in terms of throwing out those focus attacks when up against Liam, trying to burn out that F utility.
Indeed, you know, the Liam, we know his combo breaker, we know what he can do. He's very willing to send those blues, and sometimes you just hope to try and clank. But here, take note of the fact that Star, on the Ferrier no less, has managed to secure the Vulpine Essence. It's going to be extremely hard to take down, and I'm imagining he's definitely going to be going to the realm of Yang.
Yeah, something we do have to talk about in terms of Mike, though, is that yes, he has surpassed the 26 points. Yes, he's going to be very happy that he's done that. He also has to be careful that he doesn't lose momentum. And that is one of the dangers. Like, Mike in the past has struggled if he started going for a little bit of a rougher start or a rougher mid part of the day. It does take him a little bit of time to recover, and he does not have the luxury of time to be able to wait to get that MVP eligibility and just walk away with the trophy, because like we said, Spider is hot on his heels. Mike now going to be taking this 1v1 against X1's Wufong. The scale rush into the 1-2 will be able to come on through, commits the horizontal as well. Then we're going to get to see the catch of the ball. Mike gets scooped.
Oh, the poison!
Goes for a ride into the jellyfish poison, starts taking down the Hottie's HP, and Wufong is so smart in terms of how he kited this fight.
He is indeed, but interestingly, because of that poison, it actually takes him out of his ultimate. Now Mike, caught in a situation, getting tech chased down, just barely avoids that 1-2-3 because of that wake-up roll, now cancelling that ultimate with only a little bit left. He's in a heavy disadvantage state. Wufong with that purple armor is going to be difficult to deal with. The F now being forced out already, but we do see that armor swap coming on through yet again.
Overhold comes out from Mike.
Oh!
Manages to turn it on to Wufong with the overhead when he crosses that corner as well. Wufong was not ready for that connection, and Mike now actually gets to break away because Wufong has to make a choice. Does he pursue Mike, or does he go into the realm of Yang?
It's definitely doable, as you do have that ultimate charge refresh, but here we are, Frostivus and Spider scrapping over this realm of Yang entrance. He finds the recatch into the juggle. He's going downhill. Frostivus in a dire situation, but no, I think he's all right. He does get that ultimate off, but the thing is, I think he has to cancel the ultimate to be able to go into the realm of Yang. So here, he's healing up just a little bit first. He's just making sure that he's not going to go down, just in case. Spider waiting. There it is, Spite.
Yeah.
See you later, buddy.
Gets one last stun onto Spider to make sure that he doesn't lose any bit of armor. 2-5 actually already inside the realm of Yang, scrapping out against FPX's burst. Valda into Syra has benefited the Syra in the past. Both of these players utilizing the pillar, wanting the Scarce connection. However, the Valda is the one that's able to actually clash against the Syra. 2-5 just trying to burn out that ultimate as quickly as possible so that he can come on through with his V1 and start laser beaming that Valda's additional health down. It very much is just a matter of breaking the utility with both of these players trying to force the other into throwing that ultimate out first.
Indeed. If you can force the other one out first, you are certainly in the driver's seat. T225 sitting atop this pillar, trying to squeeze a pistol shot down below him. Verse desperately trying to create some kind of valley, trying to do something. He's 1 HP. Here's the ultimate. Forced to use it. T225 is going to answer in kind, chasing after him, throwing the orbs down. The angelic golden spheres is going to make it very difficult for Verse to recover in this one.
Yeah, especially because Verse is just trying to find that healing opportunity. Now we are going to see Wave Roll come through. One sphere does come out, but even if you find the connection, Syra is able to ignore it entirely. As Star and Frostvus are actually going to be occupying one of the other realms of Yang. Syra versus Feria. Feria ultimate now removed. Frostvus able to actually find the DMAC connection with the RMB from the fan. The 1, the 2 goes for the ultimate. Star does not get hit by the first RMB. Frostvus definitely still looking for that stun dazzle into LMB follow through, but he doesn't know where Star is playing from currently.
All he has to do is just wait just a little bit. He keeps lasering, pretends as though he's gonna miss, pretends as though he's not coming. So let Star go for the heal and then go for the flank. Try and find him. He's wasted all this time. The cannon coming out. It's over for Star. But no, he has the Vulpine Essence as we mentioned earlier, but there's only 7 seconds left on the clock. Sending the blue focus is Frostivus, trying desperately to survive using the combo breaker. Going up the pillar. Does he find the kill? No, he doesn't. Star just barely not catching him. They're not able to do just a little bit extra damage.
Yeah.
And both of them go into the spirit realm.
And here's the other tragedy. If Frost had just connected one of those lasers, he would have been able to pop the Vulpine Essence and the jig would have been up.
Yep, it would have been over, but unfortunately it was not the case. It was not to be. And both players now with Yang Depletion taking us up to 4.
Yeah.
4 Yang Depletion
Both
is
of
going to
them
be oogly.
are already on the board though. Frostivus with the slap extension. Verse does have that Valda V2, is also on the Yang Depletion. Frostivus with the connection of the fan RMB. Verse managing to get hit by it yet again. We've got a third party opportunist coming in out from OEG's Mike though. The Valda utilizes the combo breaker. Does go down a little bit of damage to the Clank. Finds the great armor reset directly at his feet. And now the chase begins. Frostivus takes a little bit of moment to repair the weapon. Manages to find the connection onto the Valda once again. So all that blue armor that Verse was just able to pick one up has started being chipped away. He's got to go for the great armor reset yet again. Still hasn't pulled the Valda ultimate out, but neither has Frostivus utilized that Syra V1. But you can see the sharks in the water.
Oh my goodness.
The chum has gathered his Mike and Spider.
They just randomly turned up. We knew Mike was around, but I didn't see Spider. Verse now forced to use his ultimate, afraid that he's going to get hit in the back. Frostivus now getting caught by the water spear. Is going to go into the turbine. Forced to use his own ultimate now. He does find the dazzle. He's not going to go for the beam though, because it's not going to do any effective damage. Now Verse being clanked against at the ground floor. They are chasing him down. Now Verse, no ultimate left. It's over. The shield is broken. He has no time left. He has the combo breaker, but fan or dagger, sorry, is it going to be enough to actually scale rush away and take him to safety?
I mean, is it going to be enough for Frostivus to be able to grab the balloon? Because his Wufong is low. Verse is marathoning his way across the map, but he's running into every single player. Mike gets the kill. Who got the soul bloom?
Wufong gets it, I believe.
Yeah,
I saw his health go
Frostivus
up.
and Star, their portraits are still orange. Frostivus was denied the Soul Bloom, and he's used the Syra V1. And these players, if they're able to track down where Frostivus has gone, they know that the Syra is down that ultimate. They know that she's vulnerable, because normally when you run across the Syra and you run across her for the first time, you don't know whether she's got the ultimate, but Star does indeed find the kill onto 225, which is going to allow him to pick up that Soul Bloom and potentially turn that orange portrait back to neutral.
Is it? I believe it's probably going to be changing at any moment now. But here we are. We're getting a look at this replay between SS1 Pace and TWSS Polaris. Polaris taking quite a bit of damage initially. The focus release is coming on through. The F1 into the air. The 2-1-1. Oh my goodness, that was beautifully done by Pace. Finding that catch. Very nice indeed. Another parry in the Realm of Yang replay. Pace is absolutely cooking here, popping off.
Yeah, he misses the uppercut catch this time around. Has to burn the combo breaker because of getting parried on that run back off the fan. Commits the RMB into the LMB, but the Tumultuous ultimate comes on through. Paced with the activation of the ultimate. Gold frames through the stagger that was meant to lock him into the Temi wind wall and walks away with the kill.
It was just barely. He had his foot in there. His ankle was a bit sandy. He got sand in his shoes, but it wasn't enough to stop him from ulting there. Thankfully, he is able to armor through and save his skin. But now we've got a Realm of Yang Moxie between OG's Mike and YZG T225. Taking a look at Mike's Jades, I believe that is 4 damage reduction. T225 looking good as well.
Yeah, Syra versus Hardy. Let's see if the Syra trailer matches up to reality. Both of these players trying to find that drop down. Mike with the F1 already burning on through, but he's sitting pretty with that V1 ready to go. If the Hardy tries to break away with that combo breaker, Mike, 225 Rabbit, is looking for the connection with the RMB. The pitter patter comes on now with the LMB, but Mike with the activation of that Hardy ultimate early goes for it when he doesn't actually need to heal and can continue being aggressive as opposed to trying to put himself up into the sky and allowing 225 to look for the chase and opportunity with the movement enabled by the Syra V1.
He's chasing him down. He's doing just a little bit of chip damage. Not really able to find too much in the grand scheme of things. Mike dodging around this pillar, sends out the focus, doesn't find it. T225 dodging away, but he finds the enemy catch here. Mike using that F to disengage, trying to get away, finds the focus opening into the second one, catching the dodges around. T225 finds that RMB focus, but the explosive armor is going to save Mike from taking too much damage. He expects the parry, but there was no parry there. T225 breaking down Mike in the Realm of Yang.
Wonderful misdirection comes on through from 225, but we're following the upwards direction of Spider's ultimate right now. Hardy V2 comes into play up against that Liam V2, but Spider's able to dodge the scoop and now trudges up the triple to connect the fire burn damage onto the Liam and keep that health bar burning down.
Beautifully done. So something I want to quickly address. This is something that, do you remember in group stage around pre-finals when I said, I want to talk about something to do with Syra?
Yeah.
We never got around to it. You know what it is? So Syra, actually, very good thing to deal with her, especially in the Realm of Yang where she can't fully disengage, is just simply ult early.
Yeah.
Like some people, they'll try and save their ult into the last second and then maybe they die with ult, whatever. But using your ultimate early forces the Syra to use hers and then you're on equal footing afterwards. She's not able to actually capitalize on the healing within that ultimate.
Yeah, Mike now with Yang depletion gets hit into that Scourge, comes on out from Star. Hardy ultimate comes on through so he can keep this chase down. Spider is also waiting in the wings for that third party opportunity. Start trying to clip the Hardy's wings with the LMB of that fan, anticipating Spider entering into that fight as well. As Mike continues this chase, forcing that Fairy into burning the combo break, but here's the trouble. Yet again, the player with Yang depletion has to go to the outsides because everybody is currently chasing this Farrier instead.
Farrier out in the open. This is what I talked about earlier, remember? When we were watching that first game, we saw the picks come through. Farrier's not the best necessarily in Perdoria. There's so much open space. If you get lobbied in this open space, you are likely going to be going down, and now Star being forced to use that ultimate, now trying to find this heal. Will he be able to find this avenue of escape, or will he simply just get surrounded on all sides by these players? Mike still with that Yang depletion, using that combo break now, trying to disengage and finding the full reset.
Yeah, and something that you were talking about as well is the fact that these players, they have a much better understanding of who is afflicted by Yang depletion, right? Exactly. Because they look at the kill feed, so they see the hero names. It's a little bit harder to figure out like which of the 3 potential Liams or Valdas is the one with Yang depletion. You have to look at how they're acting and operating on the map, whether or not they're being incredibly aggressive, or if they're trying to force a fight from other players in the area so they can just swoop in and grab that soul bloom. If it's a lone wolf, if it's just a lone Farrier who goes down in a realm of Yang fight, everyone knows that you've got Yang depletion. Unfortunately, the problem for Mike is that everyone knows that the Hardy has Yang depletion.
Yes, but thankfully, you know, the other Hardy, I believe here is, I mean, Mike's at the end of the day, I think he's just playing for whatever he can. You know, he's going to try and get as many points as possible, obviously, because MVPs get you a bag here on this stage. So anything you can get, you know, hey, might as well. But Mike, it looks as though it's cooked for him. Spider going to be able to claim the kill as well, taking him up to 5 eliminations, getting ever closer. And this statistic here, it means that he has to get, I think 7 eliminations and come 4th in this lobby to get to that match point threshold.
Yeah, that's how many eliminations, and Spider is already up to 5, so he needs 2 more and a good placement, or he needs even less kills and a better placement. So if Mike is able to qualify for MVP eligibility and Spider is able to qualify in the same game, that's going to be pretty rough for a lot of these players to have to deal with, because instead of just being able to target Mike down in the next game, they're going to have to split their attention. And the thing about Mike and Spider, they always drop in different locations on the map, because it always gets divvied up into where the really powerful players, the pillars of the most important players, land.
Absolutely, but that being said, you know, because they're in the same phasing, it's actually, you know, I wonder if in this next game, potentially, if Spider does get to that match point, are they actually going to deliberately try and choose different characters so that others can't determine which characters they're playing? In that sense, it could be beneficial. However, you know, who knows? Maybe the triple reverse, reverse mind game, you know, we're going to play the same hero anyway because it doesn't matter, you know, we're going to trick you, we're going to, the tricksters, the titans.
Well, speaking about mind games, we're still to see Spider's Wu Chen, because you and I, we have a little bit of banter going on where I'm like, you said in an interview that he was testing the waters with Spider when he was playing that Wu Chen in the group stages. But we're going to have to speak about that in a little bit of time later, as unfortunately Wukong is running out of that currency right now. 1 minute remaining, Moonbane full going crew. He just has to full send it and try and get one of these players absolutely lobby, just turning onto the Fairy, because if the Fairy does utilize that ultimate, she paints a bigger target on her back. Pillar comes down, Star has absolutely no choice but to drop immediately into it, and Wufong is the one that gets turned onto with the cannon shots. That's the worst possible outcome, because Star now just boosts away from all of these players and hopes that they turn onto Wufong instead.
But I don't think they're going to be changing their attention just yet. Wufong he's receiving a little bit of damage, a little sauce, a little seasoning, but nothing really is coming on through. He is getting that full reset, and I'm assuming he's going to be trying to full engage onto Star any moment now. The R&B focus comes through, the mech goes down, Star being tech chased down these buttery rocks, the terrain, it is not good for standing. It is going to be difficult to disengage here. If you don't find distance, just finding that little bit is going to be enough to disengage here. But unfortunately, Wufong is not going to be able to find this elimination nor the Soul Bloom, and it is going to be going down at any second.
The betrayal! It was Paste! It was Paste in the library! Oh no! Paste was the other Liam!
He was.
So when he saw in the kill feed that a Liam had Yang depletion, he knew exactly which one it was. He was looking to see when Wufong was going to go lower and lower and lower, and he didn't need to find the kill, he just needed to find the last hit, and you could see him positioning the entire time that Wufong was trying to turn the attention onto that barrier. He was getting ready to have that spacing
just
be just close enough to get that last bit of damage and come on through with the elimination. Paste, a very heads-up player, gets the uppercut connection onto Spider and puts him up into the sky. Doesn't find the soul break follow-through though, because he just has to continue kiting as far away as he possibly can.
Spider as well with that Mystic Might is going to be taking less damage, taking reduced damage due to the buff, and has that full agency just to keep chasing down these players. Pace now in a very bad spot. As you said, the other Liam, the betrayal. I mean, there is still one more. We do have Arano in the lobby. However, he is looking rather lonely there, scale rushing around, trying to make away from Spider, but with that Mystic Might, not only is he going to have that damage reduction, he is going to be able to continue tracking down all the players, as he has that sort of UAV buff.
Yeah, he also has the legendary armor swap.
Yeah.
And Hardy is one of the most mobile heroes, so even if we start moving away from where that armor is, Pace Beast is able to find the parry and force the combo breaker out, but unfortunately he's so low HP that he cannot stick around to find any punishment. He's got to go directly through the Moonbane, finds a grey armor reset into the uppercut extension, but unfortunately for him does get hit by the fire burn damage coming on through. The drop down Katana will be able to connect onto him too. The Auric teleport does come on out, dodging away and turning it onto one of these players, utilizing that second blade as well to just put himself out of the way of the Hardy ultimate, and T225 has been going to the target range because all day today he's been grabbing those kills with the ranged weaponry arsenal.
He does not skip his aim training, and no sir, we've seen it time and time again today. Oh look, T225 got another kill, another snipe, and here he is yet again, taking up to 4 eliminations. Looking at the score line, Spider still on those 5 kills, still hasn't managed to get the couple more that is going to push him over that match point threshold. Star is getting a little bit closer, 2 eliminations, not so bad. T225 has now leveled up, picking up 4 eliminations, is going to do quite a bit for him as he's now managed to reach that 21 point mark, is going to be getting a little bit closer, potentially in the next couple games might be able to reach that point.
Yeah, but we're in a very interesting final zone because normally Syra would be dictating who would be getting put under pressure, right? Because Syra currently is one of, if not the strongest hero at being able to control all of those situations. Her ultimate lets her heal up while also putting a lot of aggression and attention onto other players around her. So because of this, no one really wants to make the first move against the Syra. They don't want to be the closest because they'll be the ones hit by Stun Dazzle with that R&B, and then everyone is going to turn on to them instead, and the Syra is going to be able to break away. So it's not really worth it to try and challenge the Syra. However, we only have 1 Syra. We don't have 2. And we currently only have 2 of the same heroes, being the Liam. But the thing about the Liam is...
Oh, no, wait, it's not Liam.
It's not the Liam, it's the Ferrier. Yeah, Liam, Ferrier, Syra, Hardy. So a lot of these players are going to be weighing up what they think is going to be the most important, like who's going to have the most power when it comes to that heal-off situation, who's going to be the most vulnerable. And right now the most vulnerable is the Ferrier, which is the reason why Star is currently running around armor swap spamming with that purple armor, so that if he gets pressured by all these other players around him, he can immediately go for that armor reset. He can grab himself a little bit of sustain so that he doesn't have to immediately hop into his pillar, because normally when the Ferrier drops that pillar, she doesn't drop into it immediately. She utilizes it to be able to put either pressure onto another player, or all the way back when we got to see the pillar come on through, she would use it as a combo extension.
Yeah, exactly. Combo start as well if you happen to have beneficial terrain. But here, yeah, having those armor swaps is going to be very handy indeed. And it looks as though Arano is very happy to just simply continue spamming this Soul Slash. Star, no interest in stopping Arano or forcing anything onto him, even though Arano does have that ult disadvantage. Here, I believe as well that T225 and Spider, they recognize that because of these other 2 characters, Spider with Hardy with that fire damage is going to be able to get more eliminations in those final zones, but T225 is going to be able to survive. And he's trying.
Yeah, Star's bringing him with him. He's packing.
Just chuckling away like, oh, can he do it?
He's packing. He's getting it past security. One thing that we do have to talk about, though, is another reason why T225 is more than happy to let the Hardy just, oh no, he's lost it. Star, you're going to have to take the phone damage. We're still carrying it with us. But no, T225 is more than happy to let the Hardy continue his existence, because the Hardy is going to want to utilize his ultimate to knock these players into storm damage. The Syra in the V1 doesn't care about the knockback at all.
Yeah,
you can sit pretty in the middle and you can take full advantage of everything that the Hardy does, because if the Hardy wants to fly through these players into that storm damage, he's going to start taking corruption tick damage, as opposed to you, where you could just sit in the middle and spam and be a Star! No! What happened? A movement error means that Star loses 4/4 of his health. Will be able to put himself back onto that cliffside. And has 2. Yeah, he's got 2. He's got 2 purple armor reset swaps coming on through. Like, this guy, he's making sure that he's just covering himself for all potential contingencies. As a Dunk, I really do believe we're going to be going all the way to Stormclaps. Arano is just waiting, like you said, with the Soul Slash on the low ground, so if anyone tries to drop down onto him, he's going to be able to full send that one. We've got Spider bouncing the high ground, wanting the storm to collapse and have all of these players stuck on the cliffside so he can fly by and just push them all into the zone. And T225 is just charging up the legendary Pulse of Scale Scale Rush so that he can not only baseball bat the players into that storm damage, he can get the most chunk of damage that he can do for the least amount of time.
Indeed, but I mean, to be honest, Star, at this point, I feel like this is kind of redundant, you know. oh, wait, no, it's gonna pay off. He's got the other.
Hey!
You can hear, we can hear the crowd just cheer when he picks it up. Finally, let's go. He got use out of it. But here we are. The storm is now starting to close closer and closer. Spider now being forced to utilize that ultimate. Is flying into the air, heals that health up, able to make sure that he's topped up to the maximum, so he doesn't take as much storm damage. Star using that ultimate as well is trying to stay as central as possible, staying within that safe zone so that he doesn't have to try and heal up at all later on and try and outlive all of these players. Spider trying to disengage. The turret shot comes through, but T225 is going to be able to claim it, and now T225, he's just chilling, he's vibing, and the draw is going to come on through for game number 4 in terms of placement. The MVP, I believe, may have gone to T225, though. Does it come on through for him? Spider had quite a few eliminations too. Oh, it is indeed.
Oh no, he held the card to the wrong camera. Oh!
He did it to both. He did it to both.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think like one was zooming towards him and he went left instead of swerving right. But T55 able to walk away with that MVP, and this is something that, you know, a lot of these solo players have really had to. There it is, 225. If you're wondering what that hand motion is, that's his name. He goes for 225, and the reason why he's called that is it's actually his birthday. His birthday is the 25th of February. As going back to that point that we were sort of talking about, right? Syra is the strongest timing attack onto a lot of those players.
We see Alliance Frostivus very close to him as well. Mike, I need to get that blue armor early. Blue dagger as well. Not a bad start, not at all. Nothing purple just yet, but we're heading over to where the action is taking place. Verse and Mines going toe to toe. Verse having lost the majority of that blue armor. He's going to find that reset. The third party doesn't fancy going in on it. Mike now going for that timing attack, as you said, is going to be finding Frostivus here.
Yeah, but he's not only going to be finding Frostivus. Every other player is also very close by. Like, managing to find the parry. Frostivus will be able to drop down off the rooftop before he can extend it, but he's locked into the corner. The F2 will be able to find the catch, but Mike now with the 1-2 on those fist blades throws out the RMB, looking to get that last chip of damage to take Frostivus down, gets parried out of it, and unfortunately that parry put him on the outlets of the fight, too far away. Spider with the dash through on the F2. Matari manages to claim the kill before Mike can grab it, and now he puts himself out of notice, out of attention, going for a full reset because the rest of these players are sharking down the low player, the low Syra.
Indeed, Polaris desperately trying to disengage, but Spider, whoa! Just a blink of an eye and you'll miss it, managing to find yet another elimination with that F2. Matari showing up massively in this hot drop situation, able to find these third parties with those quick dashes and claiming those eliminations. Mike getting the scale rush, knocking a player down, but not able to follow up with the blue focus. Unfortunately, goes for the focus release into the follow-up, and now this player is he's running for the hills. He's low HP. Does he find the armor swap?
Does Spider find another F2 homing missile lock-on pace with the soul break? Turns it away, had to burn through that focus right commitment to get out of the Temi CC lockdown. Does get interrupted, but the damage is not enough to take him fully out of that flight, and will be able to continue utilizing this ultimate to keep himself mobile and heal on through as these players start trying to keep up that chase. He's going to lose the V2 in a matter of moments. There's enough building and terrain, though, to fully break away from everyone's notice and potentially slip away with everyone else looking to turn onto someone else vulnerable. As you can see, just Mike, he doesn't want to be on the front lines. He wants that third-party opportunity. He's probably got something like a ranged weapon, maybe that pistol with the highest spread in the back pocket, but he's going to be contesting up against WBG Spider, who is absolutely doing the exact same thing. He's waiting for Verse and Pace to go low enough for him to come through with that F2.
We do see this no ult zone come into play here. Pace with that presence of mind to head on over there immediately. Having no ultimate has mitigated that risk, mitigated that disadvantage. Now Spider Looks as though he's taking a bit of damage here. Mine's chasing after him, not able to find the heal, unfortunately. Spider finding the parry, doing the optimal thing as well. Stopping the parry animation and going for that R&B focus hold. Spider now getting caught on the dodges, going for that parry, not able to find it. Mine's now no combo breaker available. Is getting hit by the purple spear, doing quite a bit of damage. Dodges the horizontal catch beautifully. Spider finds the soul blue, but now eating a lot of pressure from Mike. He finds the opening. Spider in a dire situation. Will he be able to get out of this alive?
Manages to go for the F2 hold to escape away from Mike.
Oh!
Has the ultimate, has to go for the V2. He utilizes one teleport to get behind him. The Temi utilizes his combo break.
Oh,
Spider
no!
goes into the wind, but the terrain grieves. So even though Mike finds the horizontal, there's no follow through. And Spider is able to utilize another teleport. Tomorrow comes through, but Spider with the parry looks to try and keep himself alive with the overhold, but does get hit by another form of CC as Mike claims the kill onto WBG Spider and now has to deal with the interloper. Polaris with that third-party opportunity is not going to be able to find the hit onto that Matari and has to try and win this 1v1 against the Temi.
Indeed, now having to use that F. Go into the sky, throws down the wisp. Polaris does get counter-grappled. Mike going back on in, trying to apply this pressure. Trying to find something, but not able to do so now. Looks to disengage with that dagger. Considering the fact that Tumult's combo break is one of those combo breakers that has such a low cooldown. He already has it up. Scale rushes away, breaks away, and he's back in business. Fully reset, is going to be coming back to try and find some pressure onto Polaris. As we talked about, he is in that match point threshold, and he finds a beautiful parry. The vertical focus coming through, the R&B to tech chase Polaris. He does, he breaks away. The scale rush, the dazzle is going to give him a moment to get away, but Mike hot on his heels, getting stuck on the tree, on the buildings. Will he be able to find this? Polaris goes over to an armor, but it doesn't look as though he's able to pick it up, or perhaps it was empty.
Mike goes for the scale rush, will be able to put himself into that position to continue applying this chase down onto Polaris, but 2-5, fresh off Salvation Podium, comes on through with that legendary Hong Sword from solving that puzzle. The Tessa wanting to find these kills, put himself up into that match point eligibility threshold. The 1, the 2 finds the chase down. The Tessa ultimate comes on out, but unfortunately he gets dodged. The enchantment entirely nullified by the enchantment coming on through from that Syracast of that V1, and 2-5 loses the window of opportunity, puts himself away from the fight. Polaris spamming the R&B, fully heals on up, and 2-5 now comes through again because he's so close to casting another ultimate, and those Polaris is down his V1.
Oh, 2-5. The grapple into the jump cancel with this golden hang sword. Oh, but no full damage. He doesn't get the chunk of damage coming out from that third slash, that third stab into the ground. 2-5 going for the cross, but instantly gets caught by this focus. No full true follow up here, unfortunately, though. For Polaris, 2-5 forced to get this reset, but he's very happy to do so. He can work with this. He has the time to play with, as he has that ultimate ready to go at a moment's notice. Polaris gets the clank, trying to... with the jump parry, beautifully done. Goes for that single hit. Polaris now swapping to the slap, forced to do so. Getting overheld here, caught on the dodge. 2-5 finds him with the... the ultimate. It's over for Polaris. He finds the armor swap. 2-5 gonna go for the focus instead of the combo, and oh my goodness, that damage! That's why you want a golden weapon this early on.
And that is why 2-5 is more than happy to take a fight against the Syra. Understands he just has to do enough damage to force out that V1, and then gets to come on through with a second cast of that enchantment window. Knows as well that the Syra did not have the opportunity of utilizing the F1 to dodge out of it, as Mike gets parried and does not get the opportunity to pick up that weapon, puts himself into that realm of Yang to take the fight against Cell, rather than continuing versus Frostivus, who goes into the second realm of Yang and is currently uncontested. We know that we're going to get a matchup between Zell and Mike. Mike needing this MVP to finish this day early, but he's up against the Syra. The RMV comes on through, Mike spacing away, trying to just bait the Syra into full committing the focus strikes, looking for that parry opportunity. Scarish comes on out, finds the connection onto the Syra, the jump horizontal, looking to follow it up. He's got the Syra up against the wall of that pillar, into the grapple bomb, into the over the LMV. Syra V1 is now going to come on through. The wave roll starts to come on out from Mike's side. He's still holding on to the V3 from the Temi. Not a single one of these stun downs have connected until just now. Mike's still got the combo breaker though. He's still fully controlling the entire tempo of this 1v1. And now with the Tumult Ultimate coming on through, every single thing is going to be within his hands.
He has the tempo. Can he find this wisp? Oh, he does! Zeldinx only taking a little bit of damage. Mike opts to go for that heal. Would rather find the reset instead of going for some kind of follow-up. Now, the focus attack is going to come on through. Zeldinx does use that combo breaker. Mike has a couple seconds left on his dodges out. Zeldinx doesn't get caught by this tab dodge, unfortunately. Mike with the focus attack yet again. Zeldinx tries to catch the wake up, not able to do so. That tab dodge roll. Mike turning that focus attack around as well. This new spear, horizontal focus, making it so difficult, so tricky to actually find the parry onto. Mike gets caught with that vertical, not able to throw out that wisp. Now getting down, finding the opening, that little bit extra damage, throws down the wisp, finds him on the dodge yet again, goes for that hold, but not able to. Zeldinx with the release. Mike tries to find it, but oh my god, the 1-2-3 is gonna claim the Yang for Zeldinx, taking down OUG's Mike.
Mike now gets put under Yang depletion, and if he goes out of this lobby early, he does not have enough kills secured to be able to come on through with that security of the MVP. If he does not manage to cleanse this dunk, we're guaranteed to go another game, and the likes of Spider, 2-5 installed, the door is left fully open for them to come on through. Wufong comes on out with that Vermilion Bird. Smite has to burn the combo breaker out early, looks for the drop down with the dual blades, will not be able to find the uppercut extension with Arano able to come on through with the ultimate activation to dodge away from it. Wufong now comes on out with his own V2, goes a little bit too low, but the Matari able to chase him down with those dashes, gets into a position to throw out the R&B from that fan and catch the connection. And Wufong look to go to the sky, but Arano is able to keep pace and clips the wings. Vermilion Bird's Might denied the F2, that Matari proving that just like Icarus, that Hardy flew a little bit too close to Aquila's crest.
Yeah, he did indeed, but thankfully he does have that Vermilion Bird's Eye. He is going to be back in action very soon. Frostivus and Mike Star, however, they're in a bit of a sticky situation. We have this Yang depletion coming on through. Frostivus with that blue armor. He does have the purple weapon, but will he actually be able to find any of these eliminations and that Soul Bloom? Because it looks as though there's a pretty high concentration of players in Plumed Castle, and as you all well know at home, Plume Castle, pretty hard to find eliminations, pretty hard to actually catch somebody because that terrain, the verticality, allows for so much kiting, especially if they've had their hands on a fan or a dagger.
Yeah, especially with the Rising Sands as well. We're going to see Mike with the 1-2 from that spear, looking to find this kill against one of these players. The jump horizontal, the Matari, forced into overholding that F2 to avoid out of any extension that the spear was looking to confirm into. And you can see that one player has Yang depletion, one player has that buff. Both of them trying to find this kill onto that Matari, who is going to be vulnerable in these over multi-wave fights coming on out, especially if Mike is not fighting the other player and Arano does not get the opportunity to blitz a low health player down and claim that kill with the F2 connection. Mike, with 2 minutes left, still has the ultimate if he wants to fully isolate one of these players. Goes for a little bit of just an armor reset, as unfortunately, as you said, Frostivus just got taken down. And Mike is running out of options because that second realm of Yang is going to be spawning on up, and that's going to divert attention and positions of these players.
It may actually allow him to potentially find a player who's looking to go into the realm of Yang, but oh my goodness, that Spider with his dash, that F2 coming in yet again is going to claim an elimination just with, low effort. Work smarter, not harder. No need to go full in. Just send it, find it. Opportune moment, very well timed, and it's not easy either. You might think, oh, he's just getting the easy kills. No, this is not easy to do. You need to find the exact moment that's actually going to get you the value. But oh my goodness, Mike, oh my god, the Tumult on Tumult, the betrayal burst. He's going to go down, the Witch protects him. Mike, he avoids the dash, and he doesn't get the Soul Bloom. Oh no, Arano is in the driver's seat. He's got so much pressure with this ultimate coming on through because Tumult ultimate is now come down. Mike getting chased on the dodges. The F2's coming in and he catches him on the sent back to the lobby.
We guarantee go another round, and we will have multiple players now on match point. Spider has crossed the threshold. So too has T225. The question now becomes, will TE Star be able to join them? As time is dwindling, unfortunately for Star. He has sub 20 seconds left to Assault Smolder and the parry, but unfortunately the Tesla still has the F1 combo break. He just needs to survive an additional 7 seconds. T225 though gets lobbied by a third player, but the cast of the ultimate will be able to keep him up. And Star, no! He found the bloom, but his health is so low that Spider still finds the kill onto him.
That's insanity! Spider with six eliminations, and I feel like every single one of them was from F2. Absolutely insane. Beautifully done from Spider, and he makes it out alive as well. Wufong and Zeldinct in the realm of Yang now. Wufong can use that combo breaker. A little bit of a disadvantage in terms of effective health, but quickly turning the tables there, finding that overhold, finding the damage onto Zeldinct, forcing out the combo break, and now narrowly avoiding that focus coming through. Zeldinct forced to use that ultimate.
Yeah, but we can see the Syra and the Hardy is actually going to hold on to his, but that means that he's grounded. The RMB into that laser follow for Wufong now utilizes his ultimate. Is there enough time left? 16 seconds of that V1. The Syra can't really go up to follow through, but that laser still has significant amounts of reach. The Syra V1 has now been removed, but Wufong was still incredibly low. Has to spend a little bit of time with that Hardy ultimate, healing on up to blitz the Syra a little bit fairer to the portion of health. And now that we go back into neutral, both of these players still incredibly low, but the Syra with the overhold and that spacing that the longsword is able to confirm, as opposed to those dual blades, which get a little bit faster. But Wufong held on to the fact he had cavalry bloom. The Syra gets clipped into the lawnmower, and we go down to a one-hit situation with the range swap.
Oh my goodness, the jump RB as well. Wufong, he goes in for the kill. He tries to find it, but not able to. But he gets him regardless. He fades back in and finds the kill. Wufong clutching it. Oh my goodness, what a performance. It was looking scary there for a second.
The amount of risk that is attached to holding on to an impactful soldier like Cavalry Bloom.
Did he not show it?
He didn't show it.
Didn't show it?
He didn't show it until that very last moment. He was doing everything in his power to burn that Syra down low enough that the ultimate would be forced while he was still holding on to his own V2, but he never showcased Cavalry Bloom.
I thought I saw him, I mean, the R&B animation, it's so big.
Yeah, he went for base R&B. He only ever stood still.
That's crazy. Hey, I mean, you've activated my trap. You know,
well, it was also up against longsword spacing, because that's the thing. The Syra banked on the longsword spacing, winning him the distance fight, so he did not expect that Cavalry Bloom to suddenly allow the Hardy to transcend that distance and close up, because if you expect Cavalry Bloom, you jump parry.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing around the longsword space. What on earth just happened there? Arano, he's just he fell off the building, but we're heading on over to the POV of Zeldinct, who unfortunately has had his ultimate forced out now. He is going to be able to come away with full HP, I imagine, considering that he spent most of that ultimate just healing, but will he get chased down? As I say it, no. He didn't plumed.
He kites so
He's got plenty of time to get his ult back. I think he'll be alright.
He goes all the way up to the top. Unfortunately, though, he might not be fine, because the Hardy actually chases him. Wufong saw that the Syra is down that ultimate, and Wufong was the Hardy that was fighting that Syra. So he understands that this is a Syra with Yang depletion. And the Hardy has that mobility plus the ultimate to try and keep pace with him. So I don't think he's going to go for the full commitment, but he was basically ticking off that space to be like, is the Syra going to be up here, looking for a potential drop-down kill onto a low player.
Zeldinct under pressure. He's not gone up to the skies, to the top of the castle. Instead, he's dropped down, or has been forced to do so. But as we talked about earlier, the fan coming through, just making it so difficult for anyone to really actually keep someone down, hold them down enough or long enough to actually do a significant amount of damage, impactful damage. Wufong very happy to simply just run around here and see what he can find, see what kind of value he can find for himself. He does have that buff still.
Yeah, and he was also right next to Zell that moment, and he did not try and fight the Syra because, again, he understands this Syra has Yang depletion. So all he has to do is wait out for when Zell loses that time bar and just get the last hit. In the meantime, he can actually play around the aggression that the Syra is forced into utilizing to look for that third party, look for that parry. Zell with the F1 will be able to take himself from the low ground to the high ground and escape fairly unscathed into the other side of Plumed and potentially look for a full armor reset from those shield powders. But he's running out of time, and there's the cavalry bloom. All Wufong needs to do is just keep an eye on where the Syra plays from.
This is a pretty interesting situation right now. Zelding, the other Syra is close by. He can potentially sort of costume change. It looks as though he's found his target. He finds the Matari. Matari, if you force out that F ability, they become extremely vulnerable. It's one of the very easy targets to potentially go for in endgame circles as well, because of that exact reason. Arano now, the other Matari in the vicinity, is going to get focused. Just a little bit of attention coming out from Zelding, but it's so difficult, as we see, so much terrain, so many buildings, windows, avenues of escape. You know, it makes it extremely hard to truly find any value when you actually really need it. You know, I need this soul bloom. I don't want to be plumed.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Zell as well, even if he finds the kill onto one of these players, if he's in his ultimate, he has to cancel his ultimate. You can't actually interact with anything on the map. When you're in Syra Ultimate, you can't pick up items, and that includes soul blooms. He will be able to find the RMB into that dazzle off of the LMB follow through. And
wait a second.
Yeah, pace went down. The question is, has Zell been able to spot out where? He's forced into utilizing the F1. He doesn't have his ultimate. He's currently being absolutely decimated by 2 players, and he has to put himself onto that wall, utilizing those windows that we were talking about, how hard it is to be able to lock one of these players down to just keep himself away from these fights. As you can see, that the Matari's more than happy to keep applying that fight because they know Syra is one of their strongest oppositions when we head into those endgame situations. So if Arano on this Matari can take the Syras out before we get to that situation, and those 2 Syras have the opportunity of turning onto any hero left, because like you said, they would have turned onto the Matari initially, he's going to take it. This is, I think, how we can see, is it? Oh, no!
That was
3!
And look, there's the soul bloom just sat there. Spider didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's so unfortunate for Zell. The soul bloom that he needed was right there, but he was on the other side of Plumed. He was nowhere near the min bin.
I don't think he even realized, to be honest with you. You know, in those situations when you're desperately trying to find a soul bloom, or what, you're trying to catch players. People coming in and out of windows, whatever. It's very hard to be mindful and see everything on the screen and actually catch something pop up in that kill feed and like recognize that it's somebody gone down to a moonbane and knowing where that moonbane is. So unfortunately, yes, he was not aware of this situation. Otherwise, I believe he certainly would have gone looking for that one.
Yeah, Spider now as well was free to waltz over to the Spirit Well and cap it uncontested. He's running around with Mystic Might, so he has all of the information as well as damage reduction attached to his name. As Wufong, is just all of that legendary armor removed. And we can see that some of these players very much content to just keep up this pressure on these heroes that they understand have a much better opportunity than them when they head into those endgame situations. Spider looking to come on through with that focus hit from the nunchucks will not be able to keep them in his pocket. He will not be able to turn it in time to avoid being parried. Does still have that Mystic Might though, so he is still going to be able to keep himself alive. Had to burn out that F2, as we can see that he knows he's going to be vulnerable. He does not want to have to part with the V2 before he wants to make a play, and he is just going to find a very good just sky exit with that F2 from that skybox, from that building. And it really shows how these players map out certain situations. They understand this building can allow me to kite this way.
Absolutely. I mean, once you spend a certain amount of time playing the game and playing all these maps and knowing every nook and cranny on the map, you're able to just immediately, without even thinking at times, second nature, just know exactly where you gotta go. But that being said, you still have to have the presence of mind to know where these other players have been. Perhaps, you know, you got to be able to keep track of armor swaps in the vicinity. If you've walked around and you spotted a few, remembering where those armor swaps are can mean the difference between you going down or surviving. Because if you find that armor swap, you know, white armor, that's 500 health.
Yes.
You know, it's gonna come in clutch at times. But then again, you know, you swap to a white armor and you don't get to swap back, it can be extremely bad as well.
Poor Wu Fong. He tried to take cover inside that building and everyone just swapped to cannons and absolutely barbecued him. Because that AoE damage, it goes through the walls. And especially if you have Rupture Gale and Flames Breath, that's more AoE damage and more burn damage coming on through. He's trying to turn it onto the Siren. He's trying to appease both of these Mataris by forcing the Siren to utilizing that ultimate, but it leaves him vulnerable. He's having to commit to these heavy-hitting focus strike hits, and he gets tired and will not be able to recover off the back of it. Spider's able to come through with another kill. Mind's now with the tech on that Hong So to try and keep this chase down. Wanted to deny that Matari, slipping away and finding the full legendary armor reset, but this is probably going to come down to a 1v1 Matari face-off between Spider and Arano. It's just a matter of who is going to be able to pick up this kill onto Mines. Arano more than happy to just go for the cannon shots. Spider doing the exact same.
This is looking pretty rough for Mines. Unfortunately, he is the only Syra double Matari with these cannons, making it extremely hard to really do anything and actually get these resets. He's been less than full HP for quite a while at this point. The scatter shot coming on through as well, I believe. Scatter shot along with target lock, I believe, for Spider with the cannon. Oh, what is going on? Mines, it's the vulnerable target. What do you do in this situation? You know what I think you should do? I think he needs to ult and just simply try and go for one of these players.
But the problem is, the reason why both these Mataris are only going for the ranged weaponry pressure, like the poke, is because they don't want to be the closest one when the Syra ults. Because whoever is the closest Matari when the Syra ultimates, the Syra's going to go down, but you go down immediately because you have to utilize your ultimate sooner than the other Matari. And we're going to actually see that Mines is sort of given an opportunity to live a little bit longer. Now he's going to go for that V1 and try and turn the attention onto one of them. Looks like he's opted to go for EWG's Arana, who's a little bit too close to that storm damage. The storm dazzle pushes the Matari into that corruption tick, and suddenly Spider is looking for the betrayal. We might see the F2 dash to deny the kill from Mines because the buttery rocks means he can't find the horizontal catch.
Oh my goodness, Mines! He does go down, and to Spider no less. He picks up so many. How many kills was that, Moxie? I don't even know at this point. My guy is the absolute chef right now of third partying and finding those eliminations with those certainly gonna be securing that MVP. There's no doubt in my mind, and that, I believe, takes him up to a total of 38 or so points, skyrocketing to the top of the mountain. WBG Spider with a massive MVP.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he jumps over Mike in terms of overall standings now.
Oh, absolutely.
But Mike can still win if he MVPs in this next game. Like, Spider and Mike are both going to have the opportunity. 2-5 is also going to have the opportunity. I believe Star, unfortunately, was denied ever so slightly. He's very, very close to that threshold, but was not able to overcome it. That's traditionally does not fare well at the beginning of a 1v1 if she's the one that instigates the fight, as opposed to being able to kite into one that's already been going on. So we can see that Spider is definitely going to be a little bit reluctant, but he's already got both casts of his ultimate ready and raring to go. So Firefly is successfully acquired for the test. So step 1 of Spider's plan is fully in motion. Can he achieve step 2 all the way through to getting that trophy into his hands?
Indeed. And you know what I like to see? Spider, my boy. It's one of my favorite drops right there. It's a very nice drop, because not only does it have 2 Fireflies, it has 3. And then a little bit further away, it has even more. But here we are in the desert, out on these rocks. T225 and Verse going head to head. T225 has been hit by the dazzle. No combo break available for Verse just yet, but T225 getting hit on the cross, finds the overhold though, beautifully done. Is going to be able to equalize this engagement engagement now, going back on in, unable to prevent that heal from going through. Unfortunately, both players with that combo breaker available. Verse does have a little bit less HP, but now equalizing the combo breaker cooldown. T225 forced to step back.
He has to be careful though. This fight's been going on a while, which means that Lasara is going to be getting close to the first hit of that V1, especially with Mines waiting in the wings for that third-party opportunity. And it looks like 225, actually knowing that he's not going to have his ultimate online as fast as Lasara, decides to back on off and preserve his own life. The Spider finds Mike! The Akos F2 allowed him to zone Spider away from the urn, so Mike finds the interaction with it to cancel out of the enchantment, and now Spider on the ropes is forced to scale as tries to put himself onto the walls on the outskirts of Temple, and Mike, looking for the opportunity to try and lock him down, has another cast of that F2 as well. Just has to try and figure out whether or not he's going to continue trying to fight against this Tessa, because we know that Spider is going to have another enchantment window in the back pocket.
He is indeed, but tricky, able to disengage, break the ankles there of the Tiger. Mike left wondering where Spider went, but we're back over to this engagement between T225 and Verse. Oh my goodness, the party has gotten rather packed. A lot of people gate crashing here. T225 does get forced to use that ultimate, the Syra ultimate coming out as well. T225 with these whips is going to try and create some value, but considering that he's really low on resources, he only had those small armor powders, he's not been able to get that full reset and might be chased down by these third-party players.
Yeah, not only that, but Arano is also on the Syra. So even though Verse utilized that V1, he's actually removed himself from the fight and costume changed over so that Arano can take his position in that frontline fight, and these players don't understand whether or not that Syra is the one of the ultimate or not. 225 getting hit by the RMB from those halberds, has to burn the combo breaker, but he's running out of place. One player does get hit into that CC. 225 trying to use everything that he can with the stomp coming on out of that nunchuck, but unfortunately it is not going to be enough. The halberds, the reach that it has when you try and disengage and run away from it, it's not as great as the spear by any means, but it still is able to a lot of the time catch onto you if you burn that iframe early.
The halberds are excellent indeed for chasing players down. Arano now forced to use that combo breaker. Going to the sky, getting a little bit of a heal. He's not in a bad spot. He is pretty happy with his current situation. However, Mines you cannot say the same for him. Unfortunately, he is now being focused by all of these players, now having all of his armor shredded in a very bad situation. Indeed, the Liam is not is not always the best multi-way fighter. He can, but it's difficult at times, especially if the tendency of the Liams in the tournament are picking up V2. But oh my goodness, Mike up against Frostivus. Mike with that F2 is going to find him, but Frost with the F1 is going to jump out of there, dropping down the sand wall. The turbine coming through. Mike does catch a little bit of damage onto Frostivus, unfortunately not able to stop him from getting that heal, resulting in the reset coming through for Frost.
Yeah, but Spider has also been drawn into this fight on that Tessa. He's looking for the third-party opportunity. Will he be able to take the kill from Mike? Look for the scale rush into the LMB. Frostivus, an absolute sliver. The F2 from the Aces doesn't connect, and Spider with the bow swap actually finds the elimination. Throws out the Tessa ultimate. Mike misses the first grab of that Tiger jump. Will be able now to try and contest getting this elimination onto that Tessa, but has to deal with the Justina as well. Spider understands that he's going to be coming under pressure, but Wufeng sees an opportunity, finds the freeze onto Mike, will be able to find the uppercut into the jump horizontal float, and Mike gets taken down. Spider is in prime position to walk away with the win.
Oh my goodness, Spider, he does, unfortunately not able to find the Tessa ultimate there. That combo breaker does get forced out from Wufeng, but it looks as though Pace has other plans. He's going for Spider instead of Wufeng. Perhaps he doesn't know what's been going on. Pace getting caught with that uppercut into the jungle, now being he's forced to reset. But Spider, he's being focused down. Both of these Justinas, they're very happy to eliminate this Tessa first because of the third-party potential coming out from this character's kit. Spider getting cooked on this combo, on this blue blue focus. He's just letting himself go down there, as if you didn't notice, the rebirths were running out, and if he was gonna die, he needed to die then.
If he died any later, he would be out of the lobby and wouldn't have the opportunity to continue like Mike has and look for that recovery as Pace gets hit into the pitter-patter of that LMB into the jump horizontal and continue to go lower and lower and lower. But
no
Spider
way.
has salty run back. He puts himself onto the ballista. He finds the shot onto Wu-Fang. Back to back, the snipes, the burn tick damage. He utilizes the F1 to hold Wu-Fang into the storm damage a little bit longer. And the RMB with the halberds. Spider gambled and struck absolute gold.
Oh my god, Spider! You're an absolute machine! He's just... Oh, what on earth? He has the ultimate up. He's going back to the body. He's claiming all of these weapons back that he so rightly deserved early on. He's put the work in, but Arano, he sees a weakened Spider, a limping Spider. Will he be able to close the distance and actually find this elimination, or will Spider break away? He's in the perfect terrain situation to do so. However, if he gets caught if he gets caught lacking, he might go down, gets knocked down, forced to use that ultimate. He does have another one in the books. He's gonna be able to get it back up if he gets that time to reset, if he's able to burn that few seconds that will allow him to start regaining that rage. But heading on over to the realm of Yang, we've got Mike up against, who is that? I can't read it. He's juggling around on the screen. Verse is getting slammed into the corner from the Tiger Grab.
Yeah, Tiger Grab comes on through before the Syra V1 comes on out, so he is still susceptible. Mike now going to be out of that ultimate, loses the opportunity to double jump the RMB stun, has to burn through the wave roll instead to dodge out of the CC. He's playing the pillar perfectly. He's negating the full 16 seconds, and he does! He manages to live the entire duration of the Syra ultimate, and we go right back into neutral. The F2 doesn't find the uppercut extension confirmation that Mike was looking for, but he's overholding with the nunchucks, finds the connection, forces the F1 from the Syra. Burst looking to keep up this pressure, gets hit into with the focus hit, but he finds the grapple extension into the focus strike release, and Mike without a combo break goes down and is hit with Yang depletion as Spider on the open world continues to run absolute rampant. The only question is, can T225 confirm a second line of security with that Vermilion Bird Smite to join Spider in a better advantageous position to take MVP? Or like Mike, is he going to be saddled with having to play aggressive? He gets hit into the uppercut off of that pillar hold. Now burns through the combo break, puts himself up into the drop down, will be able to find the jump horizontal, but Pace is able to find one better, the grapple bump into the focus release, and T225 and Mike are both on Yang depletion.
That is not what you want at all when you're in contention for match point. Mike and T225 are going to have to fight tooth and nail to get that Soul Bloom and come back into this game, because Spider, he's having a good game. He's having a great time. 2 kills under his belt. He is leading the charge right now, along with a couple other players. Pace and Mines did have 2 eliminations. However, as we've just now been informed from that kill feed from the leaderboard on the left-hand side, Mines goes down and is fully eliminated. Spider, looking to find a way into this engagement, into this skirmish between all of these players, is now actually being focused by Verse. Verse, with that Vermilion Bird's Might, is very happy to just engage onto the potentially weaker player. You know, the potentially weaker character. Of course, Spider is not necessarily a weak player by any means. However, Tessa, if focused down, can be very susceptible to getting lobbied. T225, he's not having a good time. The buttery rocks make it extremely hard to move around, but he answers in kind with that ultimate, making it hard for them to see sand in their eyes. But does he get this reset? Does he find this Soul Bloom Boxy?
He turned it. He turned the attention onto another. The Tessa ultimate is about to catch so many of these players. Smolch ultimate now invested from Prosopis, looking to just give himself a little bit of sense of security, knowing that the enchantment window was about to break open. and he would be left vulnerable within it. 2-2-5 now looking for that betrayal. Both of these players are on Smolch, but 2-2-5 has absolutely no option. He needs to find the kill. He needs to find the soul bloom. He's gonna go for the kill no matter what hero it is. He's not gonna be able to find the elimination, nor is he gonna be able to claim the bloom. Verse steals it out directly in front of him, and now without an ultimate with blue armor, he has to take the fight against Verse, who's got Phantom Step and a legendary Katana, as well as that Syra F1, putting the pressure onto this Temi and forcing him into the zone more and more and more. And 2-2-5 gets denied the opportunity for yet another trophy left, as both Mike and he are forced to wait and watch to see if Spider closes it all right now.
Mike as well being eliminated in the meantime. T225 and Mike are out. It's all up to Spider. Will he end it here, as you said, or will we go another round, ladies and gentlemen? It's now. The time is now, ladies and gentlemen, for Spider to claim what he's dreamed of ever since he claimed that first J Cup victory. He's going to say no to all those players who doubted him. Will he attain it? We'll have to wait and see. He finds the opening onto Polaris. The juggle. Will we see it? No! He drops it. Unfortunately, not able to continue. Polaris makes it back to the wall, back to the tower. He's on the run, and Spider has to give it up.
Yeah, and Spider is on a hero that traditionally does not fare well into Realm of Yang. So he's going to be denied one avenue of potentially looking to secure these kills and those loot upgrades. The only way that he's going to be able to do so is by eliminating players and absorbing the loot that they had instead. He's going to throw out that Tessa ultimate, trying to just catch onto Polaris and hold him in that zone for as long as he possibly can, so that Spider has the opportunity of maybe making a play for either a reposition to grab a Firefly or potentially getting a Yang pass to put himself into that Realm of Gang fight. As we can see how Mike was eliminated, and it was off the back of a parry. Arano does get caught into the Tiger Grab coming on through from that Akos V2, but the Syra ultimate came out late, and Mike again is going to be denied the opportunity for the double jump. In fact, he doesn't even find the first one to get away from that RMB. And like we said, like we talked about before, the Akos into the Syra as a counter is high risk, high reward. If you miss that double jump, you have no way of surviving the follow-through damage.
It is rough. You need to get out of there. You do have height and mobility, but it's certainly not easy after the buffs Syra received in the previous patch that is now no longer live. She is very, very mobile on that version of the game. We're heading into the Realm of Yang. Pace and Arano scrapping it out. Beautiful half charge there coming out from Pace, able to catch him on that dodge, delaying it ever so slightly, able to find it, and yet again finding the opening into the... Oh my god! The infinite! Does he find it? The combo! Does he get the second freeze? The 2-1-1 into the redash! Into the bow shot! And he takes him down! Beautifully done by SS1's Pace!
Pace, known for his combo extensions off of Alda, able to find the full touch of death on that Justina. Now is Frostvus going to be able to find a win, or is Verse with the Phantom Step going to be too hard to take down with the amount of iframes that are granted to this hero? The wave roll from Frostvus, trying to find any opening that he can, forces the F1, goes for the overhold, looks to try and find that charge up of the meter dump before turning it before it can get countered. Now manages to force the Syra into throwing out that V1, but Frostivus able to just dodge out of the RMB. The Syra unfortunately will be able to find one stun, and Frostivus has to go for the ultimate activation. Verse without the ultimate looks to put himself onto the pillar and find the skill rush! He anticipated Frostivus sitting inside his ultimate and catches him with the skill rush off of the pillar when Frost thought he was safe and that the Syra was locked out on the outside. Meanwhile, the Fred was there on the inside with him all along.
That is so sad to see. A very difficult situation to come away from, as not only does he think, oh, perhaps I'll be safe if I'm in here, but even if he just stayed in the wall, he could have potentially still taken the damage.
Yeah.
He would have taken the damage from that scale rush, because it's a single instant. You get pushed through the wall slightly, you can still take the damage, but they get staggered afterwards. However, he was in that kill threshold that if he did get hit by that within the wall, he still would have been taken down. A very difficult situation to come away from, unfortunately. There's just not very many options, and he does go down, but this Yang depletion, the changes to Immortal War, the changes to Yang depletion in Immortal War for or second realm of Yang does give him quite a lot of time. However, considering that there aren't all that many players left alive, he may just have to find an isolated fight and try and claim that Soul Bloom earlier on.
Yeah, all eyes are currently going to be on this Tessa. How many of these players are going to want the Tessa, the hero, eliminated when we head towards these final zone fights because of her just ability to third party and grief everybody else out? Mike is going to be hoping that Spider gets turned on to immediately, and I mean, this is a situation Mike has actually found himself in previously. This was actually last year's J Cup all over again. Mike was on MVP, it was our last game. We were waiting to see if he would finish in first place on that leaderboard, but he got knocked out of the game early and he had to sit back and watch, and now he finds himself doing the exact same thing. As Frostiverse goes over towards Ballista Tower, hoping that he runs into these players looking to utilize that Scarish ability to keep themselves just kiting until Realm of Yang depletion starts to despawn, as we are going to see the small ultimate now invested, locking these players down, but Frostiverse is coming under so much threat. Both of these Sires just coming on through with the full CC, and Frostiverse, even though he used his ultimate, was not able to get a single bit of reset, not even a armor powder or Vitalia off of any opportunity, and it looks like he's just decided to try to go into that zone and deny any kill because he doesn't know if he's going to be fighting one of these players who is on that MVP eligibility. It's much safer for him to try and make that play, or he might just utilize the threat of the storm damage and the fact that we are much later in the game, and the heal tick and the cut that comes on through if you stay in this zone a little bit too long, which is dangerous for Osira, given she does have support utility to try and outlive, to stop these players from chasing onto him and find a full rotation unnoticed that he can look for a reset and rebuild that ultimate. But no, he is just being full chased down. EWG's Arano, who is under Yang depletion. This is why the Syra was so stubborn, refused to give up that kill that was in front of him, because off of the back of Frostiverse falling, Arano has now been given the opportunity, the leg up to get that Soul Bloom. The question is, has he gotten himself back into this game, or is he about to be held to the zone by Paste, who's waiting to catch on to him the second he shows up?
This could be dangerous. Arano doesn't have all that much HP. He's not too bad of a situation though. Quickly turning it around. The other Syra coming in, recognizing that if the other Syra goes down, his chances of MVP are very, very slim. The 2-1-1 on the Hangsword, not able to find it, unfortunately. The terrain not beneficial, makes it impossible to do. He goes for it, but oh my god! Out of nowhere, the Ballista coming in! And Arano's going to be able to claim the kill though. Oh my goodness! Polaris was the one on the Ballista. Arano claims the kill. Spider was close by, but unfortunately not able to claim it for himself. But oh my goodness, the Moonbane hits, the Tessa ultimate coming on through. He does find him, but no! Not able to get that slam, that bonk from the spear. And it looks as though the other player's coming in. He's gonna peel. He's gonna make it difficult for Spider to continue chasing this down.
Yeah, Spider denied the follow through, even though the player did get hit by that enchantment window, the 3 seconds of CC, but they dropped off of the face of the tower. So Spider wasn't able to come on through with that confirmation of the R&B from that space. He puts himself onto that Ballista Tower though. He understands, he's revealed his hand. That Tessa ultimate is a signal flare to every single player in this lobby that this hero is currently in play, and if they take a fight against each other, they open themselves up to that potential ultimate coming on through and connecting onto every single player embroiled in a fight, and they cannot allow that to occur. So Spider, understanding that he's probably going to be targeted down, utilizes that Ballista as a sort of shield to deter these players from catching on to him. Arano can afford to go for that Spirit Well because the dome blocks range damage, so even though Ballista is still in play, he will be able to dodge away from that 100-meter radius, picking him up when the dome spawns on through. Spider wants to get this ultimate, wants the double ultimate cycle, knows as well that there's going to be a contested fight for this particular objective. All he needs to do is instigate some of these players fighting against each other so he can third party, but he's being turned on to. FBX's burst is wise to his tricks. The Tessa, unfortunately, not as sly as she thinks, and Spider now is on the entire back foot, has to swap over to that dagger and skill rush all the way back to that ballista tower and hope that he's able to survive.
He's managed to make it to the tower. This is exactly what he wants. It's exactly what is going to be able to save him. And perhaps, on top of that, the advanced heal coming on through. But I think he probably would have been all right even without it, considering that all of these other players as well, Polaris coming into the mix, is now essentially acting as a distraction, giving Spider the time to potentially get this reset. But he's been found out. The Mystic Might. Oh, beautifully done, though. Arano tries to claim back his soul, but not able to do so. The sap comes in, but gets blocked by the other player. Spider, 1 HP in a dream, goes for the most illegal grapple. Desperate, trying to disengage. Polaris claims the elimination with that F2 and is going to now be focused down by these other two players. Now the MVP is done. It's over. There's no one he's going to be able to get that match point for the moment. We're going to have to go to another game.
Polaris now comes under fire. That Mataru without any utility. The lunge from the staff. The parry comes through. And we go to a 1v1 scenario. Who is going to be able to walk away with the MVP? FPX is first looking for the reset. The Moonbane also could potentially try and grieve some of these players. Both of them repositioning so that it doesn't come into play. As Verse puts themselves fully into that field to be able to claim a control of that high ground stake. And Arano with the full stack legendary weapon loadout plus the assault smolder attached to that grappling hook, decides to commit through the Moonbane and chase him down. Both of these players taking their chances up against the RNG. The splash damage connects. Verse is still holding on to the Syra V1, commits the RMB from that hum sword, finds the horizontal, doesn't find the follow through with the investment of the Syra F1, and we go back into another horizontal catch, but the overhold of the focus strike arms through that stagger that he was looking to set on up. Combo chain denied, extension denied, MVP denied. EWG's Arano walks away with it instead.
Oh my goodness, what on earth? These fights, the movement as well from that, through the Moonbane, good lord. It was insane. He did it, it was just moving, absolute legendary performance coming out there. Oh my goodness. Woo! Crazy. Absolutely insanity. We're gonna be going to the next game, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 7 is around the corner. It's time for game number 7. 4 players at match point eligibility. They've got there, and now all it takes is that they get that MVP in this game number 7. Let's kick it off. We have Mike. No weapon just yet. He does find one, the Hang Sword coming on through for him. No armor, unfortunately. Does find the Scale Rush to disengage. He is going to get chased down, though, regardless. Finding that armor inside that small tent. Wufong eating that damage from the Scale Rush. Mike getting the 1-2. Looking to try and follow up. Pressuring with that Scale Rush. Wufong going for the parry. Still has that combo break available. It's not over just yet, but Mike finding the damage is going to be doing some work. The third party, though, from G225 could spell disaster for this tumult.
Yeah, Mike backs on off momentarily before trying to cut Wufong off at the path on the disengagement. Mike will be able to find the kill. Now finds the grapple bump into the focus strike follow through onto 225. 225 will be able to find a little bit of damage to that Valda. All the combo breaker is now going to be invested. Mike is going to have to deal now with the Valda V2. Still holds on to hit, and he utilizes the activation of it to frame through the first spin connection. 225 now gets parried and loses a massive chunk of that extension armor from that V2, and Mike with the jump into the spear, into the humps on RMB full send, puts himself to 2 eliminations. T225 unfortunately gonna have to revisit a Soul Altar as we revisit Spider's POV, because he might just be about to find his first kill of the game.
Indeed he is, and there it is. Beautifully done. Spider, is that some Sandy Boy tech I see? The moment that came down, he deliberately put himself in the center, I think, and then ulted in that exact spot because he knows that the moment that Liam is going to pop that reactivation, he's going to teleport into the wall. I don't think I've actually ever really... I mean, we've thought about doing it with the Hardy when Hardy uses his ultimate, but perhaps not with the Liam, or at least not me. Perhaps those Sandy boys out there, the Tumult enjoyers, have managed to figure this out. But I'll have to follow up on that one. But for the moment, we have Arano and Star scrapping it out. Star finding the armor swap, but still getting chased down. Arano with those nunchucks, the grapple horizontal, extremely hard to escape from, especially now that Zeldinkt has come into the mix. Star is being put under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, so look for the drop down. Focus strike onto Arana to turn the attention onto the Hardy. Gets parried though, and now it gets turned onto. But Arana not free to safely third party. Zell just hit him with the check, the R&B from that fan. Forced the Hardy off of that spacing to claim the kill, and Arana now coming under a lot of pressure, forced into using that ultimate, just trying to space away from where this Matari could be. Looks for any form of reset that he can potentially find. Zell with the grapples is going to be able to try and keep up this chase the moment that Arana is out of ultimate, but here comes FPX's first potentially showing up to the scene to play third party. As WBG Spider, we can see this is where he's ended up, goes for another Tumult ultimate and finds the spacing yet again. The Syra with the F1 dodges away from the lockdown Spider was searching for, and Frostabeth was able to find the R&B, but now he doesn't have the combo break. Spider's going to be able to find the 1-2 into the grapple, into the wisp, and Frostabeth goes down. Spider and Mike tied up 2 eliminations apiece.
That's insane. Beautiful from Spider. It doesn't just work with Longsword, ladies and gentlemen. Arano now in a scrap 3-way fight. Zeldinkt fighting for his life. 1 HP in a dream, but unfortunately his dream was a nightmare. Falls down to verse Arano, sadly not able to find the elimination for himself, and now is being put under a considerable amount of pressure with no armor to speak of. But as I say that, getting a little bit extra to work with. 250 quickly going down though. He responds, the slap comes out. He gets caught on the dodge though, beautifully done. Gets caught slipping a little bit, and now he's getting serious. Okay, no more messing around. I'm not gonna let you go. He pulls out the laser beam and takes him down.
Arano and T25 both on their last live. 0 eliminations picked up for the 2 of them. Spider and Mike 2-2-2. Incredibly close, however, Spider ahead in terms of overall standing. So Mike has to either utilize this round to catch up or MVP and end the day before Spider can head into game number 8 and continue holding on to that first place finish. T25 now revived up, has no choice but to look for any form of loot recovery that he can. OUG's Mike in the meantime, purple Hongsword, he's going to be incredibly happy about that weapon. It is so good to find those combos off of, especially on the vault. If you can space them, if you can utilize that F2 to catch them into that form of CC and then dodge through to find that horizontal into the uppercut, into the grapple bump follow through, into the RMV release, or even just something like a Valda spear catch, it's going to be immensely strong. But Mike has to be very wary that he doesn't enter into a Realm of Yang fight against the Syra.
And to be honest, I think that the play simply may be to just not go Realm of Yang. Although you think that you got to get MVP, you think you got to go into the Realm of Yang, but we've seen many times, time and time again, that especially nowadays, when you do go into that Realm of Yang and it does go wrong for you, it can very easily just spell disaster.
It spirals full out of control.
Yeah, back in the day you could potentially find a Soul Blue a bit more easily, but now it's become so much more difficult to actually get your game back.
Yeah, one of those reasons being that it times out after 2 minutes. It used to be that you could just have an insurance clause. You would land on a player that you knew you could beat in the 1v1, and then you wouldn't actually pick up the Soul Bloom. Like, you would specifically land away from other players so that you would have a body stash that no one would run into, so that if you lost a Realm of Yang, you would res up next to where that body was, you would waltz on over, you would pick it up, stuff and you would go about your day, recovery achieved. But now, like you said, it is so much harder to be able to find that recovery even after the first Rumble game when there's so much more map available to all of these other players. But it does look like a lot of them understand how important kills can be. Not only that, but also the loot that's contained. Like, that is one of the only ways that you can get your hands on legendary weapons this early on. However, this is also Starry Night Holoroth, which means that those meteor storms coming down are directly over a realm of Yang.
And not only that, but the Spirit World, no less. Arano and Wufong are going to be looking to try and to capture this for themselves. Wufong, oh, a nice little interesting line. You could very easily say that it was due to a mistake or a misinput, but I think he actually salvaged it regardless. It did look pretty nice. He catches him on the dodge. A little bit of 3-band tech there, forcing Arano to fully disengage. However, it looks as though Zeldink may be the one who will claim this Spirit Well. And here we are, Spider and Mike, the two titans head-to-head in the realm of Yang.
They both won, and they both did not go up against the Sire. Instead, they went against each other. It's Samulch versus Valda. Valda does have a little bit of an advantage in terms of overall sustain. Mike closing up the distance, has to burn that F2 immediately. Doesn't find the horizontal extension with the combo breaker from the top. Doesn't manage to arm it through the Wisp either. And Spider with the grapple bump into the RMV will be able to force the Valda into throwing out that V2. The LMV connection to deny even more spacing for Mike to be able to play around with. Goes for the overhold, dodges backwards to avoid the spear before coming on through the light attack into the gust. Dodges the second spear. Mike now has one form of CC to try and find, and he will be able to find the catch into the RMV, but the Tumult does the F1 to invest, and now he comes through the ultimate. Mike goes for the overhold, committing into that RMV before going on through with the step into that LMV off of the Honsod to make sure he does not get CC'd, and we go right back into neutral. Spider trying to control the spacing with the bow shot, throws out the Wisp to deny one avenue that Mike has to play with these pillars, forcing out the Valda into burning the F2, and Spider now with the overhold does get caught. One horizontal into the uppercut, into the grapple bump, into that full hit of damage that Mike is able to find, but Spider is able to just keep the Valda on her feet. The Phantom Step comes into play halfway through the fight, and Spider has to readjust.
No way! Mike brings it back from nothing. It was looking impossible, but the GOAT, he's here. He takes down Spider, and Spider was looking so dominant as well. He was looking absolutely beastly in the beginning of that fight. Mike being read like a book, but Mike, he turns it around. He saves his Yang, and now running straight out of it, fully engaging onto TE Star, finding him in the cave, trying to get this loot. Mike, he's not gonna let him get away. He needs as many kills as he can get, as much value out of this buff as he can find. TE Star getting caught on the wall. Mike catching him yet again. That Liam ultimate now coming out, avoiding that Oryx sword follow-up. Mike finding him with the RMB. The scale rush off is just a tiny bit of that wall. Using the ultimate now, armoring through. Using the ult spear into the follow-up. He's gonna find it. He's gonna get this elimination as Star goes down.
Another jump LMB scoop with that spear allows Mike to find the damage that he's looking for to finish off that fight. Takes a little bit of respite, goes for the rest emote to activate that tuna, and like you said, he's still got the Million Bird Smite. He can still play as aggressive as he wants. He has that safety card, that insurance policy behind him, as well as that Valda V2. Ready to go, T25, Yang depletion. Absolutely no space to be able to kite except round and round Ballista Tower he goes. Still holds on to that Valda ultimate, but Mike has showed up to the party. Will he be able to find another elimination? He's going toe-to-toe against Spider. He knows he fought a Tumult inside that realm of Yang. Spider under fire has to utilize that Tumult be free, and Mike gets caught by the Wisp into the Ballista follow-through, but Spider goes down. First finds the kill. Spider denied a trophy lift. Mike does get taken down, but he's still got the Million Bird Smite, and Spider now has to watch in horror as Mike might walk away with it all off of just winning the 1v1.
He may well do so, Moxie, but it did give rise to T225. He claimed that Soul Bloom, cleansed the Yang depletion, but oh my goodness, it's not looking so good. Every player recognized that the weakness, the potential vulnerability. T225 backed into a corner. He goes down. Frostivus picking up the elimination with the musket shot. Paste, he's just happy he made it out alive. Scale rushing away. The ballista still in play, but we'll see if anyone looks to take that turret form. For now, we're heading on over to Plume Castle with Zeldinct and Arano scrapping it out.
Arano utilizing the hardy mobility. Thought that he would be able to potentially find some of these players hiding out in Aquila's Crest, hoping to stay out of notice from some of these players running around with those buffs, running around with those legendary weapons off of the back of a Realm of Yang win. Mike is on 4 eliminations. Verse is the best possible hope for the players that have been eliminated. As we can have a look at the replay, this is how T225 lost his Realm of Yang, the Auric Sword from that Liam, the F2 forced from the Valda into the activation of that V2, but he's just not able to find the spear connection, and unfortunately gets hit into by the Fist Blades, connecting onto the Valda, punishing the attempted jump horizontal scoop that he was looking for. The dodge from another spear reduces it down to just one form of CC, but the Scale Rush connects onto the Valda, staggering him out before he can look to utilize it. And now T225 is out of the V2, has not been able to find a single bit of heal opportunity. Tried to find the Scale Rush, tried to keep up this pressure and to start hoping that one connection off of the back of that would have been enough. But Star with the read on the Scale Rush the Valda was looking to set up, had swapped over to the Pole Sword and was poised with the RMB to bring it directly down on the Valda's head. And now we get the most important matchup. FBX's Verse and OUG's Mike, both players on 4 eliminations, both wanting to walk away with the MVP.
Absolutely, Moxie. And will we see the tendency, the counterplay come out from Mike that we saw earlier, utilizing that ultimate very, very early to try and force Verse to use his own so that he doesn't end up in that impossible situation where he can't match the healing from the Syra. But no, instead, he finds the catch into the grapple combo, but he's a little bit too far. It doesn't matter though. The dodge in, he finds the opening. Mike's on a rampage, finding all of these catches with this spear on the dodges, and now it's a ring around the rosy, roly-poly from Mike, avoiding as much damage as he can. The stuns, all of it going wide. Mike, he's uncatchable. He's finding every timing on the dodge, but at the last second gets hit by the dazzle. The uppercut comes through, but here we are. The ultimate's out. Mike goes for the uppercut, doesn't find it. Instead of going for this heal, oh no! The pillar just grieving. The RMB making him low profile. Mike in a bad spot. He's at down health. He's got less overall. Verse does manage to find the opening. They're equal now. Mike's found the equalization, but will he be able to clutch it up moving forward?
Looked for the parry, won't be able to find it. Goes for the immediate release with the RMB, the 1, the 2. The Syra dodges away from the grapple bump, follow through horizontal with that F1. And now Verse eats the full hit of that LMB release. Mike with the chase down, the 1 into the uppercut scoop. And Mike walks away with the win inside the Realm of Yang, putting himself up to 5 eliminations. What buff does he take? Surely it's going to be White Tiger's prowess. There it is. Mike, everything is coming together for him. The Valda, he's got the heal of situation. He's got all of the eliminations. If he can get that kill score multiply, he's been able to put the Syra in the lobby onto Yang depletion, and that's going to force Verse into being much more aggressive, much more proactive with this V1 than he desires. As we can see, however, though, SS1's Pace, who is also on that Syra, was able to walk away with a Realm of Yang win, and will have seen that a Syra lost a Realm of Yang, and is now going to be looking to try and make sure that if these Syras have to commit their ultimates, if they get lobbied down by this Valda, one of them might be in position to try and turn on to Mike instead. Cell on that Matari, going to be a very vulnerable target target for Mike to try and take advantage of. The F2 burning a lot of spacing that the Matari had available. Great armor reset has to come through. Mike with the drop down, the jump LMV in that air will be able to find the connection onto this Matari and keep up that pressure as Frostbus has shown up to the third party, the Syra, with that F1. Mike needs to eliminate one of these players to put himself into a better position of winning that heal-up situation. Frostbus with the first place scores out the LMV, doesn't have the combo break, and Mike sends the 1, 2, 3! The Syra comes through with the V1 just in time. The RMV spam because Frostbus has no choice but to go for a full heal, and Mike is just waiting, biding his time. He knows he's forced the Syra to ultimate while he's still holding onto the V2.
He is indeed. He's waiting. He's watching like a hawk. Frostivus walking on over to where these other players are, recognizing that in a group, in this crowd of people, he may be able to break away momentarily, heading over to this encampment, to these walls, the buildings, the camps, is going to allow him to potentially kite away from OUG's Mike, who is just absolutely relentless with the chase down. He has that spear. It's not the dual halberds, it's not the dual blades, but it's still doing so much work. However, it appears as though Frostivus may have broken away and gotten that full reset with all of these other players standing in the way of Mike's chase down, making it very hard to break through.
Yeah, here's the problem for Verse though. He needs a fight. He needs a kill. He's got Yang depletion. If he doesn't find it within the next 3 minutes, he's taken out of the lobby, and Mike gets the best opportunity to walk over that MVP. So he either has to turn onto this Volder, or he has to try and turn onto this Hardy. Question is, who's he going to go for? Or is he going to try and force a fight and hope that the other Cyrus join in and then look for that betrayal? He's been able to find TE Star. Now he's going to be able to instigate this fight, but he's unfortunately done so at the cost of losing all of his armor. Has that great armor reset, will be able to pick it up, sees he's not being chased down, swaps back to that purple armor to get a full armor powder off, as Frostivus has stepped up to the plate to try and keep up this pressure onto that Liam, because it's in the Cyrus' best interests to keep as many of these heroes alive as they possibly can, since every other hero has to try and lobby them out.
Absolutely. You want to stick together. It's as goofy as it may be at times. It is simply just giving yourself the best chance possible here, as you will be fiended. You will be hunted down. And it looks as though Zeldinkt is on the hunt right now, trying to find an opening perhaps onto Verse, but Verse in kind is doing the same. He has that Yang depletion. He needs to claim a Soul Bloom, and Zeldinkt is looking like a very tasty snack right now in the group of people. The lonely Matari. OUG's Mike finds him. He sees him. He sees the weak target. Every single one of them. Look at this screen. The vultures, the hyenas, a pack formed around the lonely deer left to the wolves.
Verse didn't get it. Verse did not get the Soul Bloom. A player goes down, but Verse was not able to be there in time to double-click that E and get the immediate pickup. He still got his ultimate, so he's not in a worse position of being lobbied out. But Frostivus takes the next Soul Bloom! Star went down, and Frostivus in front of Verse takes the Soul Bloom, and Verse now, frustration turns to panic. He's got 50 seconds left. He has to come through with this V1. He's spotted out the Hardy. He goes for the RB. He tries to find the stun, but Arana is able to break away with the triple charge before the Syra can find the stun connection that she was looking for. Now Verse has got to try and find this chase down, but the problem is that the terrain provides so many avenues of this Hardy to try and drop away from. But Arana, with that ceiling, gives away his position. Verse with the parry. The skirmish off of the ceiling interaction allows him to keep up the chase, but here's Arano yet again swapping over to that pole sword, looking to put the pressure onto Verse, and Verse goes down. The one player that could have contested Mike with the amount of kills is removed from this lobby. Frostivus now tries to find the elimination onto EWG's Arano, who is just an absolute sliver of health, finds the grey armor reset, but has to go into that storm damage, and he hasn't been able to find a Vitalia. And that goes directly through to his health pool, and he goes down. And OUG is Mike. He's biding his time. He's waiting inside the invisibility bush so he doesn't get spotted out in the lobby by everyone. He's going to win the heal-off situation. He's got the kills. The kill skill multiplier is going to mean that he walks with MVP.
Indeed he is. He knows what he needs to do. He's already done all the work. He managed to get all of these eliminations earlier on, and now recognizing that he is the kill leader leader. He just needs to wait. Although you can't tell which player, you know, if you're not the kill leader, you can't look who the kill leader is in Immortal War. You can still tell if you're the kill leader, but Polaris, it looks as though he's in a pretty bad spot. He can tell he might be dead here. Frostivus chasing him down, trying to find the elimination. Polaris, oh my god, the Moonbane! Oh no, what's going on? Frostivus, he's 1 HP in a dream. Wufong claims the kill. Polaris goes down. Frostivus in a very bad spot, just barely making it out of that Tumult ultimate. The Wisp comes through. No, Wufong! He's gonna take him down. Frostivus gets eliminated. Oh my goodness, Wufong wants to try and contest here, but can he even do it? No, sir, I don't think so. Oh my goodness, I think it might be over, ladies and gentlemen, because Mike, he's got quite the score under his belt so far.
Yeah, Mike untouchable currently with the amount of kills. He just needs the cherry on top to come through with the kill score multiplied to make it extra sweet. Needs to win the 1v1, goes for the overhaul, gets caught into that Wisp, into the fan. RMB with that Phantom Step that can continue pursuing relentlessly. The jump horizontal to close up the distance into the F2, but Schmaltz breaks away from the fight with the activation of that V3. Mike going for the overhaul on the RMB, just holding that space as much as he possibly can, making sure that the Schmaltz cannot try those Wisps. Eats a little bit of damage coming out from the RMB now. Looks for the jump parry, has that V2, will not be able to find the first spin connection, but does burn the stamina. Will be able to come through with the 1-2 into horizontal jump. And Mike is your 2024 solo Naraka Bladepoint champion.
What a performance! Mike, the GOAT, the man himself, is going to lift the trophy once more and claim his rightful place atop the pinnacle of Naraka Bladepoint in China, Changsha. He is your solo Grand Finals champion.
He is the first player, the first solos player to win back-to-back titles on the World Championship stage. Absolutely massive congratulations!
现场所有的姐妹们，让我们一起恭喜2024永劫无界世界冠军赛单排冠军 OUG Mike。现场所有的姐妹们，拿出你们最高的风范，大声告诉我，冠军是 OUG。让我们一起恭喜 OUG。
We would like to say congratulations again, OUG Mike.
好的。